And hello, my sweet, beautiful people. How the heck are you? I hope you are good. I hope you are well. I hope you are happy. I don't know.
For those about to score, I salute you.
Braden, thank you very much for the 1 year. I appreciate that. And I don't have too much else to add. I was being sarcastic. And now here we are. But rich, absolutely loaded beyond your wildest imagination. Beyond your wildest dreams. All right, I need 1 second here, and we will be ready to go. We'll see what we're dealing with. We'll see. I'm ready for your misery to continue. Oof. I hope you're getting your money's worth. Final, what's going on? How are you? All right, I think we are finally good to go. It fucking loaded me into Ultimate Team, and I don't even want to have that on screen. It's August. I don't want to put Ultimate Team on my screen. Get out of here. Anyway, hi everybody. What's up? What's up? Oh, you know what? I'll save the reins for later. 100 in a row for final, by the way. God damn. Do it now. No. You can't make me. All right. You're going to fail it? I'm not, though. And that doesn't work. That doesn't work. All right, so this was definitely a me year because we wouldn't have Saros otherwise. This was definitely a me season. I couldn't quite remember whose season it was. This is definitely a me season. Based on this roster, we signed Gleb. This was a me year. That's what it was. To the surprise of nobody with the brain, the Sky have banned Ennis Can. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Like I said, the other night, he got the attention that he ordered. It's pretty sad and pathetic, but hey. You know, he got the attention that he ordered, so it's fine. It's fine. I hope he's happy. I hope he's happy. All right, so I still needed to go through the AHL, and then we were set up. That's what it was. That's what it was. Let's see. Trying to see if there's anybody where it makes sense to call them up. Mr. Hatala. Lane Kiffin, once again, proved he's an idiot with money. Aren't we all idiots with money? No, I don't think that's true. I'm speaking to Warrior. That's right. No comment. Oh, God. Oh, goodness. All right, let's see. Best lines in the AHL. Are there extra defenders that we can put in? Yes. How dare you call me out like that? I'm antagonistic. What can I say? I'm an antagonistic shill, remember? It's what I do. Alright, I need like 3 forwards. I need like 3 forwards to fill out this team. Get a scam call. I don't know what that is. Crime in the Woods. Still a great name. Thank you for the 3 months. Welcome back. How's your face? How was your... What was today? Tuesday? Today was Tuesday. How was your Tuesday? Oh, let's see. Who do we want to bring in? Anthony Duclair. Well, yeah, I know. I don't know how my number made it to camp. Right, but like... Okay. Yeah, scam call 4. So you meant scam call from... Learn how to type, idiot. I don't know why I just decided to bully Warrior tonight, but I'm having fun. I'm having fun. I'm tired. Boy, and I'm tired of you. Learn how to type, nerd. Getting ready for NHL 27? There has certainly been some interesting thoughts and opinions on said game, hasn't there? But, you know, there is a contingent out there. Or, I'm sorry. There is a contingent out there of people who are excited for the game, and I hope they end up being happy with it. I still, you know, I talked about it today, you know, in a video. Like, I still have some concerns of mine. Big boy. Yeah, I saw that they were talking about, like, hey, we're going to have a patch, but all the franchise shit isn't fixed yet, so that sucks. Red Machine, what's happening? We're doing all right. How are you? All right, let's get this guy out of here because, again, our prospect pool has been completely decimated. Completely decimated. All right. This might be the first year in over a decade I don't buy it day one. That's fair. Let's get done streaming MLB. I do miss some baseball. I touched Hut today for the first time in 8 years, since online versus still isn't crossplay. Meg, this is a user season. So we will have control of this team for this year. Low elite, medium 6, low elite, and red machine on the raid. How do you like that? He sounds incredibly Italian, is what he sounds like. Oh man. But yeah, this will be an us season, and we'll see if we win this championship. And if we do, cool. And if we don't, then oh boy. You know? MLB 18 though? I thought you said 26. What the hell are you doing in the 18 directory? Sheesh. Alright, all of you were lefties, right? Yes, you were. Domi is the best on draws, apparently. Stiga, Genborg, Tinus, Luke Koblar. Alright, AHL is definitely taking a little bit of a hit. It can't be that hard to make a crossplay. I mean, apparently. Apparently. Alright. Well, AHL is not going to be as good as they used to be. We can say that. It's the goalie situation. Philip White. And Matthias Klingberg. I guess I should sign as good of a goalie as I can, too. Although, I did just realize it's September. And we still need to do our preseason training, don't we? Yeah, we do. And we had RFAs, too. That's right. That's where we were. Man, I missed one day because yesterday was basically my wife's Saturday before going back to school tomorrow. So, that's what it was, is we didn't have our goalies, and that's why we signed you, Cesaros. That's what it was. Okay. I remember now. I remember. I also remember that Philip Hronik contract, and that is horrifying. Alright. What do we have for, like, top forwards in the system? 110 in a row for Damon. Let's go, man. I would get to change it to do stream 26. I automatically put it as... Oh, because the judge... it makes sense. I mean, sometimes, too, you'll type in a certain game, and it'll put you in another directory, and you're like, how the hell did that happen? So... Big news yesterday, my local hockey team signed a hometown to the team, and I got to help with the special big announcement. Hometown kid. Man, you really can't type tonight, can you? You really can't type tonight, can you? My goodness. Please help. I don't think there is any help at this point, man. Jesus. Jesus. Alright, all of these medium 4 defenders. I wonder if they'll add a 5th year for CFB next year. Elaborate? What do I feel like I'm missing when you say 5th year? there any update to be a pro this year? I haven't seen them mention any 5-year seniors. Oh, well. I mean, look, technically with the red shirts and everything, right? So, I mean, it technically kind of exists already. All right. I gotta send one of these dudes back down. Guess we'll leave out Henderson. Well, I just want 2K style be a pro for NHL. I don't know if I agree with you on that one. Just because of how microtransaction heavy it is. I don't know if I agree on that, but I get the idea of wanting a different type of system for Be a Pro. I get that. But man, I hear 2K and everything story-wise. Okay, so basically like what they never did when Madden and FC were doing like the journey and stuff like that. You mean you don't want to rollerblade everywhere? No, I want to buy a skateboard, brah. Let me buy a skateboard, dude. Yeah, I haven't seen anything for Be a Pro. Oh, goodness. Which isn't surprising. I mean, they haven't announced anything for franchise either. So, hope you like this, because this is likely what it's to be in 27, aside from an 84 game schedule. It was the third time in 3 months where there was a water rescue, with my department's boat being the closest rescue boat, and it's not in service yet. Oof. I mean, Zombie, I'm surprised it's only the third time in 3 months, given the summer, you know? I'm surprised. I feel like NHL 2K would be rollerblades and play Street Puck. A fair amount of it, yeah. Yeah, a fair amount of it. I would think. Like, I'm not even saying that's inherently wrong, but, like, a big thing for FC this year is the grounds, which is their NBA 2K shit, and I'm not excited for that at all. Not excited for that at all, you know? I wish, but it is not all that promising, if we're being honest. Not at all. Any thoughts on the GTA League? I haven't been paying attention to them. Like, I've seen some things here and there, but again, it's one of those things I haven't been overly excited about GTA in the first place. I don't know. I'm just not excited for the game. Maybe I'll be more excited closer to launch and I'll play it, but honestly, probably not. We'll see. But, yeah. Yeah, big boy, right? Instead, you gotta walk around everywhere, which is delightful. Delightful. Falcon, what's up? Kana as well. Hello. I learned a lot. My ACL somehow is 100% healed from the tear 2 years ago. Oh, that's fun. Guess whose fever broke? God, you were sick like even through yesterday and today? Jesus. Oof. The river that we're next to is very much not swimmable. It's mainly people trying to take their finals. Oh! Huh. Well, that's unfortunate. that that is unfortunate. So your station is next to yeah. Oof. Kinda, that's awful. Everyone's gonna max out their speed first just to get around. You're not wrong, big boy. You're not wrong. Oh, what a horrible day to be literate, Zombie. What a horrible, horrible day to be literate. Damn. Interesting area that Newark is. You don't say. Please don't tell the Paul brothers about your river. Okay. Let's get things underway, everybody, shall we? Because, yeah, I don't know. Tonight might be the last night. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see how much progress we can make with a game like NBA on the horizon. Of course, NHL 27 on the horizon. We need to sim to the start of the regular season to get our RFA goalies signed. Apparently, we are good enough to make the playoffs again. We've heard that before. That hasn't often gone well, if we're being honest. It's actually been very, very inconsistent And of course, every single season now, Kale is going to be like, hey, remember your promises to me? I do. Shut up. Shut up. All right. There's one. There's two. We have our goalies. Beautiful. Beautiful. So Saros, Nicolishin, down to the AHL. Bada bing, bada boom. We go best lines for the moment. We get that training in there, and we see what happens. It's fine. Cause a dying zombie next to a future YouTube location. I don't have a neat normal stream. Ah, goodness. All right. Underrated MCR song. It really is. It really is. All right. Then again, I mean, they have a lot of underrated songs. It's just most people think of MCR and they think of, Welcome to the Black Parade. It's like they are much, much more than that. Much more. All right. 20, 32, 33. Let's see if we can actually make the playoffs. I don't know if we can. But we got our goalies. Defensively. Who I think it was going to be Bolius. Warrior, I think so, but I couldn't tell you a song by them. All right, so that third pair lefty is going to be pretty weak at the moment, but we got to see if the rest of the team is worth the investment, basically. All right, Enqvist can go down, and then centers Riley and Nobels. No waivers. Good. Good. Polly, what's up? How's your face? All right, so Stenberg, Boumedienne, Tomastik, Iserman, Gillies, Skvotov. I think it was going to be Reese, Sorelli, and Vik, Pugachev, England, and Bastion. Defense is Schmitz, Makar, Hare and Daly, Bolius, and Hronik, because I made the mistake of acquiring him in a contract year, and the AI said, thank you very much. We'll gladly sign him forever and ever. Amen. Goalies on paper are good, but does that matter? Probably not. And then AHL-wise, we had to sign some veterans. And we're definitely going to have some defenders playing forward to round this out. Definitely going to have some defenders. So, Mr. Leclerc. And I think Lovejoy, was the other low bottom six. We'll get him out of there for Semyonov. And then maybe I did sign one dude too many. Oh, you know what it was? It was Hatala. We wanted him at the NHL level because AHL-wise, there's no point. That's what it was. That's what it was. Just call him up because he's 25. He's not going to get any better. Wheels, what's up, dude? All right, fellas. I would like to invest in you at the trade deadline, but you got to prove that you're worth it. Otherwise, we're just kind of stuck in this holding pattern, Otherwise, we'll just be kind of stuck in this holding pattern, which isn't ideal, but it is what it is. See if we can ever actually turn the damn corner with this team. Goodness. All right. Warrior, fantastic. Fantastic. It's red instead of blue, though. Oh, now I'm kind of jealous. Man. 2 and 5. Like, I know we have some weak spots on this team, but gentlemen, come on now. One of these days, we got to be able to make the playoffs, right? Maybe? Possibly? Potentially? Do you want one as well? I don't know. Probably not. One's probably enough, right? Come buckets red. See a doctor. Oof. Playoffs. Yeah. Well, A man can dream. Is this a Milbury or a Tewkbury? It is a Tewkbury team. And unfortunately, I think, again, a lot of the young players I was investing in to take this team to the next level, they are continuing to shit the bed. They are continuing to shit the bed. Why do the Milbury teams do better? I don't know. I mean, in fairness, I made the playoffs once and Mike made the playoffs once. So it's been fairly even at the moment. Fairly even. But, you know. Oh boy, yeah, we are just mid as mid can be right now, aren't we, though? Might have to stop this sooner rather than later. The deadline will be way too late. Then again, maybe we sell at the deadline. Maybe we do. Yeah, I mean, 3 losses in a row, 4 losses in a row. This team looks cooked. Oh, this team looks cooked. Stenberg, 20 points. Okay. 26 for Boumedienne. And what, 23 for Tomastic with 16 goals. That top line just, they can't do it. Cole Yzerman as a sniper has 8 goals. Yeah, the young players we're investing in, they're just, it's got to be the coaches that are with them. It's just not working. And again, I have no control over the coaches at all. Fire the coach. I mean, I can, but I can't name his replacement. I can only fire. He's an A-. 61% fit as well. Honestly, isn't that bad. That's not even really the coach, whose specialty is forwards. Okay. Seraph, I sure did. I am very, very excited. Yeah, goaltending, of course, is struggling. 15 points for Smits, 34 for Makar, 20 for Jack Hare, 9 for Daly, and then that third pair. Fucking Christ, that Filippronic contract is brutal. He's got a no movement clause this year, too. Right. Phil, are you willing to waive that no movement clause? Are you willing to waive that no movement clause? Nope. Fuck. Okay. I don't want to say this has been a complete waste of time, but kind of. Like, Stenberg's deal is up at the end of the year. He's only looking for, well, actually, in fairness, he wants way more than 7 mil. How many years does he want? He wants like a 2-year deal. How much money is he gonna, I mean, then again, he hasn't been worth the money. This is the problem. I mean, probably like 12 mil. Yeah. 12 and a half. Yeah. Albert Smits, his deal is up at the end of the year. He has no interest in that current contract offer whatsoever. He's way more interested in the short-term deal. Boumedienne's making 10 mil right now. He's not worth that. Tomastic's been struggling. Yzerman's been struggling. Prebal's deal's up at the end of the year. He wants 5 mil plus. Berthiaume's at least still an RFA. How do we handle this, given I don't have full control of this team every year? How do we handle this? How do we handle this? Fortsov's making 10 mil. His morale hasn't even gone back up. He's been bad. I mean, we're reaching the point where we have to invest our future into these guys, and they're not worth it. If we sell, we're handing Mike draft picks. Yep. Yes, we are. This is ungood. This is very, very ungood. I did forget that the Sharks were selling Andrejko. So that's one thing, right? We took a night off in between playing, and I totally forgot where I was, and I should have checked. I remember now that Andrejko was out there, and we know he can score goals. Smits and Henderson or Daly? I mean, so the Sharks have some players we could target. Hansarov's now 28. Is there any other team that's getting rid of promising prospects? England, Henderson, 2/3. I mean, 2/3 is worth that immediately. We'll just do that anyway. Supposed to be selling and buying. Classic me. Clutterbuck was someone that we traded before because he wasn't that good. But yeah, we're not trading Jack Hare. I was gonna say if we could get him for a steal, we'd do it. Pinto, Agon, and Dandino. What's up with Agon? The other Pugachev, who in fairness is older. Say goodbye to Gleb. He's going to Chicago. Say goodbye to Gleb. I mean, he was a planned rental, and indeed he was a rental. Call up Teddy Stiga for the moment. Gleb brought nothing but bad vibes to the team. It's confirmed. This is all Gleb's fault. Dubois and Marco. Devastating? Don't you mean Glebistating? Can we get Dubois? No, we cannot. Can we get Marco? Not really. Gabo. Yo, Gabo, Gabo. Not worth it. Michael's not worth it. Joseph. Bolduc. How old are you at this point? 29? Jesus. A dude named Verdino. 2/3 for a medium 6. We'll take that. Let's try to get some prospects back before potentially making a very, very big deal with San Jose. That is looking like our most likely direction here. Because there's just not much else to really work with. Unless we absolutely want to miss out on value. Which I don't. Mr. Dandino. No. Okay. So the only big deal to make right now, to try and save our season, would be with the Sharks for a very upset Will Smith. Prince, we don't have to worry about at 25 unless he's upset. He is upset. So it'd be bringing in Xander Prince as a playmaker, Will Smith as a playmaker, and Lucas Andrejko. Okay. So if we look at the top 6, playmaker, sniper, playmaker, two-way. I mean, the lines were just messed up a minute ago. It's Fortsoff who's very upset. All right, so Stenberg, Boumedienne, Tomastik, Yzerman, Gillies, Fortsoff. Okay. Simply trade for Felabrini. All right, San Jose. Let's work out a deal that might help both of us here. Let's work out a deal that might help both of us, even though you have a better record than me, and that makes me pretty sad. Sebastian a grinder. Yes, he is. So the Andrejko substitute based off of player type is Tomastik or Yzerman. Let's be honest, it's Yzerman. He just hasn't worked for us. And then Smith And Prince. Prince can be a center. So we have two right-handed options. Gillies has really sucked this whole time. And then Skvortsov is very mad at me because of Mike. If we send these three for those three, maybe this works out for us. And if it doesn't, we're probably going to have to sell at the deadline, which is nuts. What about a second attached? Quite far off, which means a third should work. Yzerman, Gillies, Skvortsov for Andreyko, Smith, Prince, and a third? Will that work? A bit off. Okay. We should still be able to get that third rounder. What do we have unsigned? Peggy! 3 months on the primer. Welcome back. Let's get rid of these scrub-a-dubs in the deal. All right. A desperation trade with San Jose. A truly desperate trade with San Jose to try and save our season. Just sheer desperation. Something's got to work, though. I do want to send Teddy Stiga down as well. He cleared waivers. Good. Did we forget to do extension? Don't forget. Yeah, that's... Well, we might not have any extensions to do. We're being honest. Who am I missing? Okay, I guess I am missing a forward still. Oh, okay, so Prince is there. So let's see. So Stenberg and Andreyko. So it probably has to be Andreyko, Boumedienne, and Prince, Stenberg, Smith, Tomastic. Andreyko and Prince are pretty much going to be chained together, and the other two will be as well. We'll try. I mean, in theory, you'd really want Tomastic and Stenberg, but we know them and Boumedienne don't work together. Yeah. We'll try it. And then third line. We need a different fourth line left wing that is not a defenseman named Hatala. We need a fourth line left wing and ideally a better third pair defender. Ideally, 2 better third pair defenders. Honestly, Teddy Stiga, come on down. We'll call you back up. Let's see what you got, Teddy. Ideally, we need a better team. Very fair. Any free agents? No. Bastion and Bolius were guys that we would have signed anyway because there weren't better options. Let's just go best lines in the AHL. I don't want to worry about those lines too much right now because they're still probably going to change quite a bit. Stiga's fine. Is there a better third pair left defender that we can play with Hronik? Who is a two-way? Let me see. Let me see. Is there anybody a little bit more established that we can get here? Donato, DeBrusque. I know Dougie was out there. I forget what for what team though. There's Alex Vlasic, Mason Lohrei. They're just gonna get mad though if I play them on the third pair. Nick Hague, who's also mad right now anyway. It's not gonna be Nick Hague. Pinto, Pollock. Hey, remember when I thought about trading for Ryan Pollock? I think I didn't. All right, Drew Hellison, Nick Blankenberg. Where the hell was Dougie? Polkinen, Fisher, Douglas. I mean, maybe like Nico Mikkel. I mean, there really isn't that left defender out there right now for us to go out and get, so. And maybe I just choose to, like, scratch Philip Hronik because he's fucking terrible. All right. Let's just see if the forward changes are enough. Dougie's a righty. I know. I was tempted to play him on the offhand, but decided not to. Can you waive Hronik? Nope. He's got a no movement clause. He's not going anywhere. Will he waive back? That's a good question. I see what you did there. Hammer, what's going on? So this team's kind of cheeks. Only kind of. Only kind of. We've done okay. Just one loss since the Carolina loss that really spurned the changes. And then we lose to Ottawa. This next month is going to determine... that's next year, sir. This next month is going to determine if we're selling at the deadline, which would be kind of crazy. That would actually be disastrous because I'd be handing Milbury complete control of our rebuild on the fly because he would have so much cap space to work with. It would be kind of scary. But we have been better. We have definitely been better. I just don't know if we've been good enough. Couple losses in a row. 30 wins before the deadline, indeed. 30, 29, and 3. We are 10 points out of the playoffs. We're cooked. We are cooked. We're going to have to blow this shit up. We're going to have to blow this team up. For sure. Okay. So goalie-wise, Treball is gone. Unless we pay him $5 million for 1 year. Which is kind of worth it, but also he's got a .908 save percentage. Berthiaume is a pending RFA. But if I had to guess, the AI will just sign him to what he wants. So it might be better to just let go of the goalies. Albert Schmitz. 24 points this year, playing alongside Cale Makar. He wants $7.5 million over the next 5 years. That's honestly not bad. Actually, he wants way more than that. He wants way more than that. It's just completely lying about that asking price. Like, I mean, in fairness, $7 million over 1 year is actually still pretty good. I can't believe we're even having to consider this. Wow. Okay. Well, we might as well at least see what happens. Wilson Boumedienne, top line player, 36 points in 62 games. He's just not good enough. I mean, we might, because he's only 22, be able to keep him and kind of justify waiting for him to get better, but I don't know what it is. He's not good. He is not good. Obviously, like, Anthony Cirelli can be dealt. Matthias Wieck doesn't want that much. England's already signed. Reese, we'd have to make a decision there. He's been pretty good for a third liner. He's a terrible skater, though. Terrible. Andrejko is an RFA. Wants $10 million. We get 2 years of him until he's totally done. Stenberg, again, is going to want like $12.5 million. And 36 points in 62 games as a top line left wing. Barzy, I mean, I can ask them to change, but there's no guarantee that they do, so I don't even want to use that mechanic because it's boring as fuck. How has Prince done since we've acquired him? 16 points in 20 games. Hell of a lot better than what he was doing in San Jose. Turn the scoring up. I mean, other stars are scoring, just that ours aren't, you know? That's the problem. That is the problem. Cale Makar is like the only dude on our team that can score. Outside of Andrejko, who has just 8 points in 20 games. Fuck. I don't know what's going on with this team. Yeah, Zach Werenski, 82 points in 62 games. But there's a fair amount of dudes who are at least at a point per game. Scoring's definitely lower. But I mean, when Jake O'Brien has more points than our top liners, it's not good. We might as well see what old Mikey is capable of. It's a little bit scary, but... So, Machius Veek, 28 points on the third line this year. He is looking very promising. I would want to try to get him to sign. He's willing to sign for cheap as hell right now, too. So let's see if we can bring Veek back. He's probably going to say no because he wants to be on a contender, so that sucks. Shout out to Achilles for the 36 months. I appreciate you. Only 150k channel points until I can request a franchise. Oh boy. It'll be more painful than this. That's the question. Mr. Reese. Again, we'll see if you want to sign. He's going to tell me the same thing. At least he's an RFA, though. Andrejko's got to go. Stenberg's got to go. Stiga's got to go. We're so cooked. We're so cooked. It's not even funny. Oh, we're so cooked. List ourselves as sellers right now and see what happens, I guess. We are absolutely cooked. For the goalies, Berthiaume. 2 seconds in a prospect, second and a third, Kako in a second. 2 seconds in a different goaltender. 2 second-round picks for this guy, and either a medium 9 or a starter in Moisevich. Let me see if he's already had a contract extension. Pavel Moisevich. Oh, boy. Fuck it. Let's just rip this team apart. Berthiaume to Tampa for 2 seconds and Clements. Fair enough. Treball needs to go. A second and LaBelle. Sure. Why not? Can we get rid of Nicolishin for anything? A fourth. That's not ideal. Looking at a fucking 4th round pick. What about Klingberg? I mean, they're about the same thing anyway. Gotta get rid of one of them, most likely. Get what we can for the pick so that we can buy a little bit in terms of prospects. We'll keep the taller guy. So Nicolishin. Oh, actually, a 4th and Philip Gustafson's expiring deal. Perfect. And that way we have another goalie, and we can get rid of Klingberg. For a 4th and a person named fucking Yarvinen. Yarvinen! Ooh, 3rd round pick from Utah. Thank you very much, Utah. Well, Gustafson and Saros will be the goalies for the rest of the year. Albert Smith's, gotta be honest, you're not gonna be worth the 7+ mil. We can trade you for a medium elite forward named Lackey. He's struggling a bit. Former 4th overall pick. Thank you very much, St. Louis. Albert Smith's is gone. And we got a young forward. Okay. Who else can we move on from here? The trade is 1-for-1. I don't think there's really going to be anybody else of value. Of course, Hronik's not going to want to leave. Can we get anything for Hutala? Even if it is just picks. Honestly, I'd prefer picks. It'll help me make deals later on. 5th round pick. Yeah, medium 9. Bunch of medium 9s. 4th round pick from Winnipeg. Done deal. Done deal. I can't believe we're having to sell right now. This is crazy. Can I get anything from Montgomery, who absolutely sucks? Just another player who absolutely sucks. Okay. Bolius, who we signed for the year. He sucks. Nobody wants him. All right. Well, that's it for the defense. Right wing side. Tomastic has been struggling. He's an RFA. What could we get for him? No trades found. Will Smith. I forget how you've done since we got you. 12 points in 20 games. He's not bad, but if we can move him, what for? I think that's Ethan or Evan Gardner. Lincoln, what's going on? Middle stat, 2 seconds in Pope. 2 seconds in Nicholas Coco. Berkeley Catton. A medium 4 prospect in 2 seconds. Mr. Will Smith, have fun in Washington. See you later, pal. Mr. Prince, you were the one that had been doing pretty well since we had acquired you, but what could we get for you? Gardner and Datsuk, a 2nd, a 3rd, and a medium 9. We'll keep him. We'll keep him. I can't imagine we can get anything for Bastion. Can't imagine we can get anything for Griffith. Add 2 Losterinen. Fuck it, let's try it. We're going to need roster players, so let's bring in Losterinen for the rest of the year. Left wing side, Andrejko. Achilles me either, honestly. Stenberg, anything for you? No. Fuck. Can we trade Teddy Stiga? Can we trade Belfour? Can we trade Eddie Genborg? Can we flip Losterinen? Obviously hoping for a draft pick, but yeah, we'll keep Losterinen for the rest of the year. Can't imagine Mangiapane and Duclair are worth anything. So then centers, Boumedienne. For Martin Natchez, Berkeley Catton in 2 seconds, Cole Caulfield, or a dude named Cullen. Caulfield making $12 million bucks and a 3rd rounder. Catton in 2 seconds. Natchez, what's up with this Cullen option from Vegas? 22 years old, also a first liner. Very similar to the Albert Smits trade. I mean, these guys are on similar contracts. He's got more abilities than Boumedienne. That's a done deal. Another option, struggling young player for struggling young player. Machis Vika wanted to keep Anthony Cirelli. His deal is up. 3rd, 4th Schroeder, 2, 3, a medium 9, a medium 6, a medium 6. Give me the draft picks. Anthony Cirelli's on his way to Montreal. England is fine. Reese, can we get rid of... we'll keep Riley for now. Can we trade Koblar? No. Can we trade Purcell? No. Okay. Well, those are the moves out, at least for the moments. A couple of other players I'm not against moving, but the right deal needs to be there. So, teams that are moving prospects. Also, Berkeley Catton, who we've looked at before. I mean, he's a 2nd liner. Maybe it's worth a shot. It's a 2nd and a 3rd. I'll think about the Berkeley Catton trade just to see how well he fits in. There's also Oliver Bonk, Theo Lindstein, Capo Caco. Cody Glass, Gaudette. Carl Linzen. No trades found. Zeev Buyum. Colin in a 2nd. Tomastic, Andrejko. We could get Zeev Buyum. He's about ready for a big-time deal, but he could be worth it having him and Makar together. Vlander's also there. Cole Caulfield is 32. If we wanted Buyum and Caulfield, Lackey in 2 first, Cullen in 2 first. Okay, maybe not. And Villander is not willing to come here. So Buyum and Caulfield from Vancouver, though, that could be worth it. Timmy Stutzla, who we had before, and who shit the bed. Massively. He, Perfetti, and Tuck, Velarde, Shea Theodore. A lot of teams are getting rid of some notable players. We could try to save Nick Hague. He actually dropped in roll. He's not a top 4 anymore. We know we don't want Clutterbuck. We traded him because he wasn't good. Martin Natchez. I mean, he's 34. Vic a second is okay. He would also be pretty expensive. The thing is, it's really not worth buying for this year alone because, yeah, we're bad. Draisaitl. He's falling off. He's still pretty good, though. And then Florida has Wyatt Cullen, who's still just 24. What would the cost be for Cullen? No trades found? We could find a manual for that one. But yeah, there's not a lot of those big-time, pretty consistent prospects on the block that we normally see. Lofa, it's still worth waiting. They haven't fixed everything yet. Not even close. They just fixed the wear and tear, but everything else is still pretty busted. Okay, so if we were to go for a bigger deal, it would be 27-year-old Zeev Buyum, who I do think is worth investing in beyond this year. It's on Draco in a second. I like Draco a lot. But the other option is Tomastic. How is I mean, I feel like Tomastic has been scoring goals too. He's got 18. Fuck. Okay. Again, I can't believe we're even having to blow up this team. So Zeev Buyum for Draco in a second. Done deal. Done deal. Carlos, good morning. How are you? So goalie-wise, Saros, LaBelle, Gustafson. Defense, Makar, Daly, Buyum, and Hare is a top 4. That is 3 offensive defenders, but it's not the worst-case scenario. We are going to have to re-sign Buyum, though. And Jack Hare. And, of course, Makar is making $23 million. Oh, man. One more look. If I wanted to trade Sara, I probably wouldn't be allowed to do it anyway because we'd only have 3 goalies or 2 after that. If we were to flip Buyum, no offers. If we were to try to move Tomastic now, no offers. What about Prince? A second, a third, middle stat, second and a third, or a medium 6 in Dubois. And the medium 6 prospect from Pittsburgh could be pretty nice. This was the guy that we just picked up this year from San Jose. Again, he's done all right since getting here. He's just not going to get much better than what he is already. How good was Dubois? Dubois is pretty decent. We'll take that. Oh, and they flipped Dubois before I could do anything. Neat. Never mind. Or other pieces involved in the trade. 2-3, 2-3. Maybe we look to keep Prince, Tomastic. Again, we know Stenberg's going to look for so much goddamn money. And we know that teams never want to trade their first-round picks right now either. So we get killed on value. I think the way it's worked out is we've just, we've traded who we've been able to trade. And we'll have the leftovers, but whoever we were able to trade, at least we were able to trade them. I mean, unless we wanted to try to get Berkeley Catton, which, I mean, for a second and a third's not that bad, but how is he done? He's not playing well this year. He hasn't played well in any year. Career high 42 points. Really no reason to think he'd be any better for us. So, yeah, I mean, the only other interesting player is probably Caulfield, who's upset. He has no trade protection. So he's making a lot of money, but he has no trade protection. So we could always flip him away. 30 to 40 goal guy in this timeline. What do they want for Caulfield? Let's go look. Let's go look. Maybe we do bring in Cole Caulfield for the memes. We got an hour to try to get this deal done. So right now the top 6 is playmaker, sniper, two-way, playmaker. Another sniper wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Is there a way for us to get Cole Caulfield before this timer's up? I feel like these trade values are so low, by the way. God damn. What is the best way for us to get this deal done? This guy here, Perot. Quebec would be over the cap. Would I? I guess I would. And that Cullen guy and Lackey, they are making some money. Oh, you know what? Because of Lostarinen. And of course, Lostarinen doesn't want to go there. Fuck. All right, let's see if we can pull this trade off before I lose out on time. Set to Lostarinen. Draft pick. Okay, fuck it. Just take that guy from the Rangers. It's fine. Lostarinen's gone. I've never paid for trading Lostarinen to the Rangers before. Never, ever. Back to Vancouver. Cole Caulfield. Bada bing, bada boom. Lowest overall dude. Perot and Verdino. Quebec would be over the cap. You're fucking lying. How would I still be over the cap? I guess I actually would be. But Lostarinen, was he not on the roster and factored in? Fuck. I didn't notice that this guy was making money, but that's not the worst thing in the world. Are you a top 4? You are a top 4, so fuck it. You could get traded. Now are we good? Now we're good. Okay. Like 20 minutes. Jesus Christ. Jesus. Verdino and Perot. Along with Sokolovsky. For Cole Caulfield. Give me a nice couple of low round picks. Fuck. Take out 2 of them. Fuck. Take out 2 of them. Fuck. Have a 3rd rounder from Columbus. You gotta be fucking kidding me that this value isn't... Buffalo 2nd. I did just kind of let them rip me off a little bit, but you know what? That's fine. Cole Caulfield, welcome in. Dennis Hildeby will claim on waivers. And yeah, this team just drastically changed. Our goaltending will be Gustafsson and Hildeby. We send Saros back down to the AHL. Defense is Makar, Daly, and Hronik. Left side is Bouillum, Hare, and probably still Bolius. For the forwards, I don't even know. All I know is that Wheel and Wall can be sent down. All right, who else is getting called up here? Season ticket holder saying, what the fuck, right? Probably Eddie Gemborg. Welcome up. Send Clements down. Honestly, Bastion hasn't really worked either, so let's call up the Tennis. These guys have been holding down the AHL fort for a while, so what is this team now? Let's see what the answer to that question happens to be. Because I'm not really sure what the answer is. Okay. Can Prince take draws? Yes. Okay. Stenberg, Lackey, Tomastik, Cullen, Prince, and Caulfield. It'll be Reese, England, and Vik. Genborg, Koblar, and Stiga. There we go. That is the team the rest of the way. There are a couple of players I'm going to have no choice but to negotiate a contract extension with. But we did add Zeev Buyum to this defense. And I mean, in theory, he and Cale Makar, they are both offensive defensemen. But those two together, oh my god. Like, they should be unbelievable. Honestly, we'll just send Nathan Bastian down to the AHL because we'll need an extra body down there. In theory, we have more prospects, too. At least for now, till the AI trades them all away. All right, we're not worried about Philip White. We are worried about LaBelle. And then in the system, medium fours as far as the eye can see. Dane Lovejoy is not ours, so let's get him out of there. I think Wall is the only one of these guys that's actually our prospect. I wish the scrolling wasn't still broken, but, you know, at least we have a 99 club. Eric Wall, come on down. Any other low bottom sixes? No. Anthony Duclair. I don't believe any of those guys are people that we care about, Max Domi included. Do we have any defenders that we care about? We care about Leclerc. We care about Langdon. And Mangiapane can be out for nobody. There we go. We'll just leave it. It's going to be a mess. It's fine. So, when it comes to resignings, is there anything that we can do? We have to try to renegotiate with Zeev Buyum, who is obviously going to be very pricey. Stenberg, I have no choice but to try to bring him back now. Obviously, that no movement clause is a fucking disaster. Go up to like 12.5. Oh my god, he wants even more. Can we do 12.5 with a modified no trade? That basically does nothing. All right, Stenberg wants all the money in the world. RFA, RFA, RFA. Prince as a UFA. 2-year deal, modified no trade. See if we can get a little bit of a discount, because we're going to need it. And then Stiga, Genborg, Bolius, Koblar, Belfour, Gustafson, Hildeby, Yarosh, Jack Hare. Also an RFA. Oh boy. This is going to be very, very interesting to see how this team ends up. We know we're not going to make the playoffs this year with 10 points out. Macias Vik has accepted. Emmanuel Reese has accepted. Yeah, we'd have to win like every single game from here to make the playoffs. Zeev Buyum is here. Xander Prince is also here. What do we have left for money heading into next year? We go to all expiring. Stenberg. We basically cannot afford Ivar Stenberg, and he's probably walking away for free. Shit. Well, Mike, you know what? Do your worst, buddy. Do whatever the hell you can. I don't even blame Mike at this stage, but I made sure we at least kept Buyum over Stenberg because Stenberg's been one of the most disappointing players I've ever seen in a franchise mode. You put Mike in a tough spot. I really did. Now he can feel my pain. But how long does the season take? Depends on how much you put into it. When it comes to the re-sign phase, how do you handle contracts if it's the AI control year? There is a setting where essentially the AI will handle all of it for you. So you don't have to do anything. You just sit back and hope you don't die. Don't worry, he'll score 110 on his new team. Oh, for sure. Stenberg will win a Hart Trophy once he leaves here. It's a guarantee. 100% a guarantee. But yeah, this has been one of the most disappointing cores to a roster I have ever seen. Like the typical, hey, build up and, get the young guy. Nope. Nope. That has not worked in the slightest. I mean, we were a 500 team this year, basically. Awful. Absolutely awful. 40, 38, and 4. What a disaster. Sweaty, yes we are. 40, 38, and 4. Cale Makar led this team in points, which is 66. How did Caulfield do once he was here? 14 points in 20 games. Yeah, but like Cullen, Lackey brought these guys in. Stenberg, just 44 points this year on our top line. That's so bad. That is so bad. He is going to rob somebody blind for $10+ million next year. How did Booyam do alongside Makar? 10 points in 20 games. At least we got defenders who can put up points. I mean, nobody else is going to, apparently. That is seriously one of the most disappointing teams I've ever seen. Only player to break 100 points was Zach Werenski on 103. I don't know what's going on with the scoring in this timeline. Bedard, Carlson, McDavid, Celebrini, and Matthew Tkachuk, the leading scorers. The only other guys over a point per game, or at least at a point per game, were Fantilli, Martone, and Connor. Top goal scorer was Bedard. Then Madden Daniel, who of course we traded away. We trusted the wrong people. Connor, Martone, Austin Matthews. Okay, thank God Pierre Cote wasn't a pick of ours. Defensively, of course, Werenski was up there. DuPont, Fox, Hughes, and Dahlin. You also had Carter Yakimchuk at least a point per game. Why is Makar nerfed here? Because this game hates me. Trey Augustine, the winningest goaltender, then Zavragin, Leinonen, Slakinski, and Andreyanov. Dmitry Borochev was up there too. Shutouts, it was Wallstead with Fowler, Ottinger. And for the rookies, Max Penkin. Max Penkin is going to win the Calder. Fair enough. Well, I'm excited to see what the AI ends up doing with this team because what we've tried so far hasn't worked. That's the only thing you can say. What we have tried has very much not worked. Not at all. Damn. Damn, 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 damn. Well, hey. Well, hey. What are you going to do? Starting in Atlanta Thrasher from the debut year in the NHL and historical mode on FHM 12. Turned off them being removed eventually, so I can see. Smelly, it's a fun playthrough. I think we have been Atlanta, but I think we did it through one of the historical challenges. The Detroit Red Wings have won the Stanley Cup in 2032. Abbotsford Canucks take home the Calder Cup. And with that, we have lost control of this team for a year, which honestly might not be the worst thing in the world. You could also argue maybe losing control and having it be every 2 years that it switches back. There's a lot of ways you could play through this with further house rules, but man, I just default medium scoring, high shots. Offenses have been struggling immensely. I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. You know, the concept of having to stay loyal to certain contracts that Mike signs or requires, but I don't know. It's not like I immediately got rid of everybody that he signed. We will have the 14th overall pick this year, plus an abundance of second-round picks. Mikko Rantanen has retired, as has Matt Duchene, Philip Forsberg, Phil Kaprizov, Kevin Fiala, amongst others, including Max Domi. Noted expansion draft pick of ours, Max Domi. Douglas Hamilton is also gone. You hate to see it. And for goalies, Demko, Lindgren, Lankinen. Gotta wonder what our goaltending would have looked like had we had Thatcher Demko in the expansion draft, but we'll never know. Travis Sanheim becomes the coach. I should probably look at the awards, by the way. I apologize for that. I'm depressed. But Detroit ended up beating Utah in a sweep in the Stanley Cup final. And the Red Wings were led by Marco Kasper, Michael Brensig, Nygaard, Raymond, DeBrinkets, McCann, Larkin, so pretty much their core. And goaltender Trey Augustine. And the Shart himself. Who won the awards? After Philly's back-to-backs, it was Werenski as the Art Ross winner, and the Hart winner, and the Norris winner, and the Bing winner. Calder did go to Penkin. Kasper won the Conn Smythe. Carter George wins the Vezina. Jack Adams to Calgary. 2 years on the dot, Bonkus, indeed. Fantilli wins another Selke. Werenski to Ted Lindsay. Bedard the Rocket Richard. In the AHL, Castagna was the top point getter and league MVP. Tangrady most goals. Nobody's the top rookie. Sanheim, best defenseman. Joseph Wall, best goalie. And Mackey, MVP of the Abbotsford Canucks, as again they won the Calder Cup. To the draft we go. Let's see what happens. Seattle has that first pick. And we actually... Nope, we don't get a trade offer because that weird trade during the draft glitch is still there. So with the 14th pick, we end up with a medium 6 forward in Varnasky. We also get Vokun, a very, very good defender. The start of the second round. And a medium 9 in Galiev. We'll just sim to the end from there. But hey, first 2 picks, he did pretty well. Say hello to our new prospect pool. How many of these guys are going to be useful? Good question. But we handed Mike a hell of a lot of draft picks. Let's hope he did something with it. Let's hope. And we'll see what we're dealing with in terms of free agents. Philip Hronik was released. Oh my god, he bought out Philip Hronik. He bought out the last year of Philip Hronik's deal. That's nuts. Koblar's gone. We have a $3.5 million buyout penalty. Wow, he actually bought out a player. That's not the worst move in the world, but he was the one that signed that deal as well. So Hildeby and Saros might be gone. He did re-sign Jack Hare to a fair amount of money. Also brought back Bolius for some reason. Anybody that we're dropping? Right wing side. Prince is signed. Tomastik is signed. But we are going to be losing Stenberg. We knew that was coming. So yeah, I mean, Stenberg. I mean, he bought out that deal so that he could sign some other people, but Stenberg not included. And Dennis Hildeby is also back. I'm not even really that mad at that buyout. I am mad at the fact he signed the contract in the first place. That was the big issue. But Eddie Genborg's gone. He won't be the only one. Stenberg, of course, is gone. Yeah, Smelly, no kidding, right? Well, let's see what happens. Our first trade is a second-round pick to Utah for a third and Andrew Cristall. A second and a third to Tampa for Kalen Lind and a fourth. Or Callan. We signed Jagger Furcus. We're essentially trading Wheel to Florida. Bonkers, yes we do. To the Panthers for a 6th rounder. So there goes Mr. Wheel. He was a part of one of the deadline deals before. A 3rd and Garrison for Gudinin. And a 5th. Fair enough. A 2nd and Goligoski for a 2nd and a 7th. Okay. Apparently that guy is only worth a 7th. Grudinin and a 5th for a 4th and a 5th. Okay. Fair enough. A 3rd and Telio for a 4th and a 4th. He's making a lot of swaps. A 3rd and Seabach as a goalie for a 4th and a 5th. Okay. Sure. A 4th and Clements for a 4th and Bertuzzi. I imagine that's very old Tyler Bertuzzi at this point. Crashy, thank you for the 81. A 4th and Ben DeHaan for a 5th and a 6th. We're just hemorrhaging value. We are hemorrhaging value on these trades. Oh my god. Crashy, what's up, man? Thank you for the 81. You marvelous fuckboy. Hammer, all good. Take it easy. Ah, shit. Okay. Well, we knew it was going to be a different team. That's for sure. Nothing we can do with Milan Prusek as our head coach. 2nd year in a row. We will be trading a 4th round pick, Emmett Finney, who we must have signed as a free agent, Andrew Cristal, and Sturbach to Montreal for a 2nd and goaltender Hogan. That's a hell of a trade, dude. That's a hell of a trade there, brother. Jeff Hogan. We also then trade Jagger Firkus, who we also just signed, to Edmonton for a 4th and a 4th swap. And we trade Callan Lind and a 4th to Columbus for Nate Chiswick and a 3rd. Say hello to our goalies. Say hello to our goalies now. Jesus. I mean, he didn't fall asleep at the wheel. Like, he was busy. No idea what the hell this team's going to look like, though. Not a damn clue. So, for the 2033-34 season, our forwards are Joey Cullen, Marcus Nobles, and Cole Caulfield. 3rd line, or 2nd line, Brian Lackey, Matthias Vick, and Oliver Tomastik. 3rd line, Aiden Agon, Emmanuel Reese, and Xavier Prince. And a 4th line of Robert Enqvist, Brock England, and 38-year-old Tyler Bertuzzi. Defense is Zeev Buyum and Cale Makar, who is continuing to decline. Alec Clarkson and Drew Daly, Solomon Henderson, and Jack Hare. Goalies are Nathaniel Chiswick and Dennis Hildeby, with Aiden Foss and Lasse Bolius as scratches. AHL doesn't feature anybody too crazy. Highest rated is Laurent Beveux. And the defense, Spooner, Vokun, who he just drafted. And goalies, Dimitri Gamzin and Maurice LaBelle. Judo, Maurice LaBelle. Yeah, I mean, he certainly has some differences in that lineup compared to what I would have had. But I also can't guarantee that my version of this team on paper would have been any better than that. So, we'll see. We will see. We are indeed a team. We are indeed a team. It is what it is, what it is. He kind of cooked with those goalie trades. If you think having decent overall goalies are there. Where's the other goalie he acquired? Hogan. He might have been a scratch. Or a prospect. Could have been a junior. I can double check. We're off to a decent start. 6-1-2. Where did Stenberg go? We will check. Let me find Hogan. Oh yeah, 47 overall. He's a scratch in the AHL. He's a 47. Oh no. Well, that's good trade bait for the future, I guess. Stenberg is in Dallas on a really fucking good contract if he plays well. That's a really good contract for Stenberg. He's already a point per game in Dallas. Because of course he is. Because of course. Oh my god. This is probably the most predictable video game on the market. No big free agents. Didn't seem to happen, no. Didn't seem to happen. Well, again, we'll see how we do. We've had quite a few seasons. We start off strong and then shit the bed. Start slow, try to build up momentum, but it's often too late, so we'll see. But I mean, so far we have 2 playoff appearances in our history. We haven't won a series. And meet the new Nordiques the same as the old Nordiques in terms of just being completely irrelevant. Like, there's no other way to describe us. We are completely irrelevant. It's like Quebec is just destined to be absolutely irrelevant when it comes to hockey, at least on an NHL level. So, I don't know. I don't know. It be what it do what it be. It's a nice place, at least when I went when I was 12. Well, you know, maybe it is still a nice place. I mean, there's no way they have as much construction in QC as they do in Montreal, right? Soon to be moved to Houston. Yeah, meet the brand new Atlanta Thrashers. The relocated Nordiques, although funny enough, hell of a lot better of a record than what we had last year. I mean, in fairness, I blew the team up and he kind of finished the job, so I'd still say it's teamwork. This construction in front and behind my house. Olay and such. God, imagine if that was the sound of jackhammers in Montreal. It would make so much sense. People aren't actually chanting, it's just the construction. Jackhammers. Well done. It was right there and I missed it. Well done. Well done. We are looking pretty good. The top of this division alongside Montreal. Go figure. We're a week out from the deadline. The AI probably won't do anything at the deadline, but we'll see. We'll see. To the deadline we go. And again, we'll see if anything happens. We just leave it to what the AI set up for the block. We'll see if anything happens. See the top names that are out there. We will give the AI an hour to at least attempt to do something. And if they don't, then we'll pretty much say, screw it, we know they're not going to do anything. So that means today's Reigns.app, which I'll do yesterday's and today's because I missed yesterday's. So who do we have? That is Chavo Guerrero. Junior, in fairness, not Chavo Classic. I forgot he had 2 random TNA tag title runs, I think with Anarchy or something like that. And then that was the ECW title he had that he lost to Kane in like 8 seconds at WrestleMania 24. Good times. What was yesterday's? What was yesterday's? Ooh. Okay, a lot of Ring of Honor, IWGP. That screams Tomohiro Ishii. Well, then that's too many tag title reigns for Ishii, though. He hasn't held those tag belts. The different versions of the ROH 6-man. There's so many people that could be, though. AW Trios champs, AW Tag champs, and an IWGP Tag Team champion. Ooh. You don't know. There's so many people that could be. There's so many people that could be. I'm having to think of like the entire history of the tag titles. Like, I want to immediately say like a member of the Young Bucks, but also I think like the PWG options would have been there. It's not going to be. I don't think that's gonna. It's not going to be Rocky Romero. He didn't hold those tag titles. God, it's just the trios titles. Not too many people have held them, but so obviously, like, okay, so it's not Omega. I can't imagine it's the Young Bucks. It's not going to be any members of the House of Black. It's not going to be Hangman because there would be but they also held the Never fucking title. The Never Openweight 6-man tag title. Fuck. Is there a fucking... It's not going to be Okada. This one's actually stumping me a little bit. I mean, it's somebody in the ROH, obviously New Japan, AEW sphere. Nothing's happened, by the way, in terms of the deadline. So, yeah, that's fun. Man. IWGP tag. Was it ever the junior tag titles as well? Or just they did? Okay. So they were junior tag champs and heavyweight champs. ROH. Maybe it was the Young Bucks, because who else have held those tag titles that often? But who else did the Young Bucks have those trios titles with? They hold them with Jack Perry? But also, the Young Bucks, their most recent run wasn't with the fucking IWGP tag titles. This one is stumping the shit out of me. Holy shit. Again, like there's... Again, Ishii, though, wasn't a 3-time champ. Those fucking trios titles should be the key. But it's so tough to backtrack. It's not Ricochet. It's not Hangman. It's not Bandito and Brody King. It's not fucking like Mystico. It's not Bandito. I don't know. I actually don't know. Because I don't pay attention to those 6-man tag belts in like any company. Because they're all just irrelevant. Shit. Trios held the 6-man. Okay, so it has to be a recent AEW Tag Team Champion. Has to be. But who the fuck has been a recent AEW Tag Team Champion? Obviously, like, it's not Cage and Cope. It's not... Who the fuck did they even beat for the titles? Fuck. I am completely stumped on this one. I can't even think of a proper fucking guess. Fuck. We're now 2 hours into that deadline. Nothing's happened, by the way. So I guess we know we can just skip the deadline from now on. Never open weight 6-man tag. So like 2015-ish Ring of Honor. IWGP Junior Tag Champs. I mean, that fucking screams the Young Bucks, though. But were the Young Bucks recently ROH 6-man tag champs? I don't think they were. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just throw Nick Jackson out there. Fuck me! You ever have the right answer, but you talk yourself in circles for 6 minutes trying to prove yourself why you're wrong? Fuck! I had the answer 4 minutes ago! gonna sit there and try to convince myself that I'm wrong the whole time. Fuck me. You do it all the time. I know! And then just to eventually go with the answer I was gonna say anyway. And then if you don't, you're mad that you didn't go with the answer you were gonna say. Because what's the matter with you? An event Reigns.app, an app for who was king, queen of a country, and Sergachev, that would fucking go off. Literally, all you would have to do is bring it to the attention of someone like fucking Mr. Beat on YouTube or someone like that. And if they put the link out, that app would fucking go off. So you should vibe code it. It would go off in the autistic community. Holy collapse. Yep, we are the Detroit Red Wings. Just slightly more north. That's why it's great that you don't see us when you do it. Yeah, no kidding, right? The odds, too, that I guessed fucking Nick Jackson over Matt Jackson first as well. Although I wonder if technically they both were the correct answer because they would have held those titles together. So I guess it wouldn't have mattered. Right? I kind of want to answer it on my phone with Matt Jackson and see if that's correct. We are still in a playoff spot here, which is good. Don't know if we'll be able to do anything in the playoffs proper, but not counting draft to glory, what's the biggest collapse or losing streak you've seen in the franchise mode? Not sure. Not sure. Yeah, it's actually a good question. I mean, we've definitely had like 10 plus game losing streaks non-draft to glory. The Ottawa Senators, out of nowhere, got red hot to take the division title. We will be playing Montreal in the first round. Ottawa will play Toronto. Detroit will play Columbus, and the Rangers will play the Penguins. I just tried Matt, and I got an X. Damn, so I got lucky. Had I guessed Matt first, I don't think I would have guessed Nick afterwards. I might have given up. All of Ball State. Good answer. In the West, Chicago will play Nashville. LA will play Dallas. Winnipeg plays Utah. San Jose versus Anaheim. Let's see how he did. Cole Caulfield led this team in points with 75 and 36 goals. He was tied with Brian Lackey, one of our new additions. 66 points as well for Joey Cullen. So that top line was performing better than what we had seen previously, and that was with Marcus Nobles in the mix for whatever reason. That was quite the choice. So, even Tyler Bertuzzi still putting up some points. Defensively, 66 points for Makar, 60 for Booyam, 46 for Daly, 37 for Jack Hare. Goalies, 903 for Chiswick, and a 919 for the Hildebeest. What happened league-wide? 104 points for Landon DuPont, the only Centurion. I don't know what's going on with the scoring in this game. Maybe it's me, but I thought NHL 20 was incredible in terms of franchise modes. Was it cheesy to edit players? I disagree. Again, that's one element where I'm like, if I tell Clayton Keller, you're playing left wing, and I want you to play as a two-way forward, he's going to play that way. He might not be as good as he would be as a playmaker, but he is going to play that. Oh, Rich, you had to wait until the bot didn't pin the message. You blew it. You jumped the gun. Notable early ejaculator, Richard Head. What's up, Rich? Oh, let's see. Hey, turns out trading for Seth Jarvis could have been a good idea. Who's the top goal scorer? Evan Hilbert for Pittsburgh. Tyson Orr, Carbonneau. Defensively, 104-point man, so Pittsburgh was just great. Schaefer was up there. Hughes, Werenski, and Luke Hughes. Goalie is the winningest to Andrianov in Columbus. Ottinger, Slakinski. Oh, Rich. What a man. What a man. 10 shutouts for Ottinger. Jesus. And for the rookies, Jason Graham on 39 points will probably win the Calder over Nobles. That should have been Nobles to... I mean, it was his to lose, and he did. I just don't get head-to chemistry in 26. Like, all the lines will match up. I'll do player types that work. It depends on the coaches, too, you know? But it's a pain in the ass. Also, did you see the petition to rename the Nashville airport to be Departin' from Parton? I didn't, but that is outstanding. That is outstanding. We just made the playoffs. That's nice. Can we actually win in the first round, though? That's the question. Good old Montreal. How did Stenberg do? I can look. I mean, we had quite a few players that we moved on from this past year. Stenberg, 64 points. So, I mean, it's better than what he was doing, but still not insane. Still not insane. Warrior, I'm not allowed to. I'm not allowed to. How did we do in terms of some of these forwards? How far down do we got to go for some of our older dudes? What do we got? Wyatt Johnson seems like a freak of nature. He sure does, which is why I wish our AI took him in the expansion draft, but he didn't. Yeah, I mean, it's not like too many of our former players ended up super high up on the list or anything, so nothing of value was lost. So our lines for the playoffs will be the same as they were in the regular season. No changes have been made. So Nobles is still our top center for some reason. Okay. And defensively, Booyah, Makar, Clarkson, Daly, Hare, and Henderson. Okay. Montreal, outside of having Gavin McKenna, I don't really know what they look like. Gavin McKenna, Oliver Kapanen, and Tage Thompson. Patrick Laine is still there, with Nick Suzuki and Cole Sillinger. Lyndon Lakovic, who we did have on this team for a while, same as Anthony Cirelli and Alexander Jarofsky. Nate Danielson with Reed Nickel and Emmett Finney. Defense, Lane Hudson and Noah Dobson. Bryce Pickford and Jan Gaborik. Maxim Sturbach and David Reinbacher. Goaltender, Jacob Fowler and Jakob Dobesh behind him. Andrew Cristal, Nikita Vorobiev, and Ryan Green as scratches. If I had to guess, we're going to lose this series. If I had to guess. Game number 1 in Montreal. First period, we're down 2-0.
What's better than this? Guys being dudes.
What is better than this? Winning. Winning is better than this. Much better. Second period, 4-0 Montreal. Cirelli and Lakovic. And third, 6-0 Montreal. Featuring quite a few former players of ours making an impact on the score sheet. I got like 2 more seasons of this before I put my head through a wall. Game 2, first period, 1-0 Nordiques. Zeev Booyam. Second period, 3-3. Goals for Lackey and Prince. Third period, 5-5. Overtime. Montreal wins 6-5. Game number 3. First period, 4-0 Nordiques. Booyam, Cullen, Hare, and Tomastik. 5-0 Nordiques. And a 6-0 win. Home team winning every game. All right. 2-1 Montreal. 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1. Game 3 always goes to the team down 2-0. It feels like it. Game number 4. First period, 1-0 Nordiques. It's Lackey again. Second period, goal apiece. Cullen scores. Third period, 4 per. Of course. Home team wins every game. Road team wins every game. It always seems to be one or the other. Makar has been invisible. Yeah. Yeah. Game number 5. I'm not allowed to make lineup changes, so let's go. First period, 2-0 Habs on home ice. Second period, 3-2 Montreal. Vic and Henderson. Third period, Montreal wins 4-2. And are up 3-2 in this series. I hate it. I hate it here. At least Tyler Bertuzzi's happy about his ice time. Game 6. First period, goalless. Second period, 2-1 Nordiques. Third period, we are going to Game 7. The home team has won every single game. The last series we played, I think the road team won every game, didn't they? Here we go. Game 7. Looking for our first series win. First period, 2-0 Nordiques. Cale Makar. No longer invisible. Second period, 3-0. The Quebec Nordiques have eliminated the Montreal Canadiens in 7 games. We'll take it. We actually won a series. It took Cale Makar. It took Cale Makar waking the hell up. But he did it. And we have advanced. Thank God. The Battle of Quebec goes the way of Quebec. Winning the series after losing the first 2 games 12-5 is fun. That's one way to phrase it. That's one way to phrase it. Joey Cullen was great. Brian Lackey, another new addition we got last year, was also great. Matthias Vick was pretty good. Caulfield had just 1 goal. Reese and Noble. Nice of Nobles to have no points and be a -3 on the top line. That's pretty impressive. And defensively, Jack Hare, most points. EA, are you okay? EA? Are you okay? You good? There we go. That's better. That's the proper information. I've never seen that happen before. That's awesome. End of August 2026, and we're still finding ways to break things. And then goalie-wise, Nathaniel Chizek was not great, but he was good enough, so we'll take it. We will take it. Tight spot, what's up, dude? So next round, it stays an all-Canadian affair. We take on the 47-win Senators, who look like this. William Eklund, Carter Meyer, and Madden Daniel. Liam Ruck, Tynan Lawrence, and Alexei Protas. Jake Neighbors, Riker Kessler, and Aiden Kelly. Jonas Lagerberg-Cohen, Bill Zonin, and Ahmad Fayad. Defense is Jake Sanderson and Carter Yakimchuk, Logan Hensler, and Thomas Chabot, Xavier Villeneuve, and Vladimir Grudinin. Good old Mr. Grudinin. You're getting 4-0'd, probably. Goaltender, Jesper Wallstead with Eric 2. Scratches, Marek Vanacker. Yeah, we're going to lose. At least we should. We should lose. Game number 1, first period, goalless. Second period, not. 3 goals apiece. Third period, we're going to overtime in game number 1. At least we're putting up a fight. Just kidding, we lost. Protus scores on the power play. Sens take game 1. We put up a fight. Ish. You know? Game number 2, because again, I'm not allowed to make any lineup changes. I wish I was. First period, 2-0 Nordiques. England and Enqvist. Second period, still 2-0. Third period, 4-0. Zeev Buyum and Tyler Bertuzzi. We will not be getting swept today. At least by this team, as the very old man Bertuzzi. Would I be upset if the team won when the computers... No, I'd be relieved because we can play something else. Oh, game number 3. We are tied 1 apiece. First period here, 1-1. Denio and Jaher. Second period, still tied. Now 2-2. Third period, Sens win 4-2. Right. I'll do 5 more seasons of this or another season of NHL 19 Arizona. Give me Arizona. Give me Arizona. At least we knew that was going to be hell, you know? At least we knew. Game 4. Wish I could make changes. I can't. First period, goalless. Second period, 1-0 Sens. Third period, the Nordiques strike back to win 3-1. We tie this series up at 2 wins apiece. If Chyzik plays well, we win. If he plays poorly, he plays very poorly, and we lose. Also, you got Pittsburgh and Detroit in the other matchup. They're both tied at 2 as well. Game number 5. First period, 1-0 Sens, Jake Sanderson. Second period, 1-1. Forget his first name, but Aegon. Third period, the Quebec Nordiques. After being outshot 17-5 in the first period, win in regulation and have a chance to end this series in Game 6. This would be the year, wouldn't it? Major changes just to try something different. AI goes nuts with trades. Game 6, first period, 3-1 Sens. Jack Hare gets our lone goal. Second period, 3-2 with Prince. And we need this next goal or we're heading back to Ottawa. Nobles makes it 3-3. Protus makes it 4-3. Daniel makes it 5-3. Daniel. And we will go to Game 7, barring a miracle. A Norm miracle. Game 7. Game 7. Right. Well, let's see then. What's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? We should have gotten swept. We've given them a scare at least. First period, Torres. Good morning. How are you? 2-2. Nobles and Reese. Daniel and Protus. Second period, 3-3. Nobles and Meyer. As opposed to Oscar and Meyer. Next goal likely sends their team to the Eastern Conference Final. Cole Caulfield makes it 4-3. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Lagerberg Hohen. And we will go to overtime. Winner goes to the Eastern Conference Final. Balls. Balls, I say. Absolute balls. Friendly reminder, by the way. I talked about this in regards to NHL 27. Reminder that the worst setting that they have in this game is incidental puck contact, being able to dislodge the puck without somebody actually having to hit a button. Turn that to off. It's much better. It's much better. Force the opposition, force the defense to actually have to do something to knock a puck loose. It's much better. It is much, much better. Quebec, Ottawa, Bettman's worst nightmare. Oh, God. Yeah, JW, I tend not to say the French names overly correct because it pisses people off. So I've had fun with that for years. Yee, good save. That was a very quick chance. That's actually a setting. Yep. And again, online play will continue to suffer until they turn that off. Especially if you're playing Versus or Ultimate Team. Because again, that's why Skill Zone's a thing, because you can send your AI like fucking heat seekers, much like that shot. What the hell was that? So yeah, incidental contact. If they would just turn that off, I'd actually like the gameplay a lot more. Daniel. Turns out I shouldn't have traded him. Jesus, he almost won the game right there. Caulfield to Nobles. Now Cullen. Caulfield fires one. Stopped by Wallstead. We got a goddamn line change. Thank you. Kessler. Nice. To Makar. Held up. Neighbors to Yakimchuk. Lackey for Makar. Walked right into the stick check. Matthias Vik turns it over because the AI is dumb. Hopefully they will, in fact, be better in 27. We'll be able to put that to the test. It's called play one game where you watch the AI to see if they're actually smart. Mr. Daly for Vik. Vik for Lackey. Son of John. Turns it over. We can't do anything right now. And Clarkson. Can't dump it in. Kelly Clarkson. For Daly. Enqvist. Dumps it in. Funny bounce. Forces a face-off. So the AI is better every year, but it always looks exactly the same. Yeah, I mean, that was one of the talking points I had in the video today, right? It's just being like, sounds good. All down to implementation, though, right? Because we've seen the implementation fail quite a few times, unfortunately. Protus has had a hell of a series. It's Liam Ruck. Shot and stopped by Chizik. Quebec City and Ottawa battle of who wants more of my tax dollars. Yeah, but have you considered buzzwords? Shabbat in front. Daly. Good job. Prince. For Reese. Aegon. To Prince. Currents. Clarkson in front. Hey, gone. Backhand stopped by Wallstedt. I wouldn't be shocked if it was like WWE. Oh, it's not. Like, in no way is NHL built for AI versus AI. But I feel like you can learn a lot based on how the AI plays one another in terms of whether or not they actually understand their logic. But yeah, no sports game is tuned for AI versus AI. Not at all. But again, an example of like what can you learn if you watch AI versus AI. The AI in this game still don't know how to Michigan. Even if they have the skill up ability that helps with the Michigan, right? They don't know how to do it. And that's often what I see when I watch AI versus AI gameplay is, oh, these compies don't know half of their available moves to them. They don't know what they're doing. And I imagine 27 will be pretty similar, except they have advertised, like, hey, you know, absolutely, like, they're supposed to be better and more aware of, you know, situations. We'll see. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of tools in the especially defensive arsenal, but especially to the attacking arsenal, where they just have no fucking idea that it exists, you know? Despite the fact that certain moves have abilities tied to them. How often do you see the AI reverse hit? When it's compy versus compy, even when it's human versus compy, right? You don't really see it all that often. And to me, that's a problem, because if they're not doing it when they're playing one another, they're certainly not going to be doing it against humans. But yeah, it is like one of the key things I've done through NHL series over the years has been like watching the AI and having it be kind of dramatic, and that was like the first nice play our offense has had in 4.5 minutes, is where they actually walked into open space and strung a pass together, you know? Imagine that. If AI versus AI was better, it would definitely make modes like Be a Pro much better. Yeah, exactly. Like, I want the AI... Like, that's my problem with NHL right now, is just the AI is not challenging. Maybe in 27 it'll be better. But the AI in NHL is boring as hell to play against. And then online's not fun to play because of a feature like incidental contact, which again encourages skill zone in terms of defense. If you don't know what I mean by that, it's the idea of controlling one defender in front of your net in the slot and just letting the AI charge after the opponent like crazy, because the AI don't need to stick lift or poke check or anything. If you get close enough, incidental contact knocks the puck free, 50-50 opportunity at a pickup without having to hit a button. It's brutal. Danilo. Save. Bad play. Nobles! Does he have the pace? No. Puts a muffin on net. Nice hit to generate full pressure, though. Just a fucking muffin on goal. Ridiculous. But he did what he could. What a fucking hit that was afterwards, though. Jamie Noble tonight on the breakaway. Nydia, we're going to Applebee's. God damn it. That was such a weak shot. Yeah, it wasn't great. Hey, that was a nice play, though. But yeah, I don't know. One of these days... I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But my theory is, if the AI versus AI gameplay is more interesting, that shows that the AI in general are better, which means they should probably be more of a challenge against humans. Right? Should be. Because if they can't take advantage of open space, if they can't dump and chase, if they can't deke, if they can't move the puck well, if they can't bury that goddamn rebound, then how are they going to be a challenge when it's a human? Not good. Take him down, take him down, take him down. Kessler is in. Protus, nice save. That was scary. Lackey for a beak. That was a nice breakup at least. Lackey almost pulled a 5-hole. I was trying to play, a FIFA player career and the 2 center backs on my team just passed it back and forth for 10 minutes, so it's not... Oh, yeah, it's not an NHL issue at all. I mean, we kind of see it with NBA as well, right? Every year when we play, the shot selection from the AI is often awful, you know? Yeah, it's like the AI are just not programmed to be smart, basically. And to me, that's why so many older games are fun, is that, you know, the AI was specifically programmed without online play in mind. Not saying you don't want to completely take that out of the equation. What a job by Bertuzzi! But, you know, the focus was versus AI gameplay first. Couch, you know, human versus human, but I don't know. I just feel like the focus and the priority has made for less interesting games. You know? But what do I know? Watching coach the game 7 today, ran a neutral zone trap. When protecting that, the only other team couldn't get opportunities to enter the zone. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, right? The idea of the AI being smart enough to dump and chase if there's no space, or being smart enough to quickly pass, or know how to fucking deke, for God's sakes. Like, the AI don't know how to deke, and they don't know how to dangle. Like, all they know how to do is the LB moves. That's it. You know? So it's like, if you think about that, like, you don't really see the AI. How long has the drag shot, you know? Like, how long has the drag shot been in the game? Almost a decade? AI still don't know how to do it. You know? You'll never see the AI fucking Datsuk flip. If you do, it's an immense fucking rarity. You'll never see the Michigan. So it's like the AI is still playing like NHL 10, basically. Shred, we're in 2033, AI control year. This is Game 7 of the semifinals. Winner plays Detroit or Pittsburgh in the conference final. We missed the playoffs last year under team control and kind of blew it up a little bit because a lot of contracts were coming due. If the AI could do everything, you know, people would complain. I mean, yeah, people will complain anyway, but again, like, the idea, I don't want the AI to be dumb. Save. Everyone a cup or gone to the finals? No, this is the furthest we've ever made it. Does this mean that Mike's a better GM? In theory. In theory. I mean, big boy, it's that goes for anything, though. Hey, they finally added this. People are mad about it. That's how it works. I'm not saying it's not justified on occasion, but, you know, the idea that, hey, the AI is smart enough to fully have access to the same tool set that the human player has. And that way they might actually be more creative and difficult to play. But now I can't score 20 goals a game anymore. It's like, okay, cool. That would have been perfect. I don't want the AI to be dumb, clear turnover in front of goal, right? All right, Nobles, we're 9 minutes into this thing. Job winning it back. Scramble for the puck. Save. Look at the show a couple years ago. Had the best build in years and immediately ruined it for the Dynasty content creators. Yeah, I mean, again, like, that is a clear issue that pretty much every yearly sports game is having. Is they try to find this middle ground between keeping the offline player happy and the online player happy. The problem is what those two separate groups of people typically want are counterintuitive to one another. So you got a game where not too many people are happy. Good Lord. Running a sim career again for the first time in a while, no matter how good the goalie and the defense is. Why does the game borderline refuse to sim shutouts if you win a ton of games? So I was going to do a video I was going to do a video over a year ago. I have all the footage recorded for it. But I did a test of how often top-rated goalies in the games, in Sims, actually played like top-rated goalies. Whatever you think the answer is, you're probably correct. Like, top-rated goalies just don't matter. I'll have to put that video out eventually, but have one for NHL 26 as well. Goodness, that's a lot of speed. Another post for Ottawa. Big save, Chiswick. Clarkson just got cooked. Who was that 60 overall guy that was like... Oh, Jason Massanin. That's who you're thinking of from Ultimate Team. Daniel Eklund. Save, my God. I love how we just have, like, no semblance of how to shut down the slot. We are just getting cooked right now. Daly for Tomastic, one of our key players. I think it's the first time I've said his name in this overtime. So, see, right there, because they're actually going to go to the power play. If they're telling the truth about NHL 27, the AI should have been smart enough to dump that puck in. So, we'll see. Elbowed him right in the penis. That's a penalty. Well, we have a chance to win it then. Yeah, I don't know. To me, if the AI shows that they're smart enough when they play one another to do the smart thing, then they'll probably do the smart thing when they play a human. How often are they doing the smart thing right now, you know? Get your hands off my penis. All right, Nobles, we'll take that. Point across. Lackey. Good save. Nobles for Makar. Glove save. All right, we got a couple chances there, though. That wasn't bad. Again, I feel like the AI do get more shots when you turn off incidental contact because their primary way of playing defense is to just walk into one another. So if that's not generating turnovers as much and forcing them to stick lift or whatever, it'll actually result in the AI getting more chances. Now, they will still walk right into one another, but at least, you know, it's mostly forcing hits. They also force going behind the net and at the D so much. Yep. NHL's AI also plays more like a bad beer league game than NHL players. Agreed. Lagerberg. Brutal. Play it out. It's August. Play it out. AI's dumber than me. Oh, be nice. You're smart. You got a brain. Oh, nice interception by Lackey, but he's gassed. Let's see what he does. He actually did deke there. That was a non-LB deke. That's one in this entire 12 minutes. Booyam for Lackey. Makar. Getting a line change. Makar loses it. Booyam for Lackey. Machias Veek tried to go in front. Caulfield for Veek. Blocked. Way too hurried. Nice interception by Veek. Lackey just throws one on. It's blocked. Not the best of decisions being made here. Neighbors loses it to Caulfield, who just skates vertically along the blue line. Daly gets hit. Sanderson, muffin to Henderson. Can't get the shot off clean. Like, I don't think the whole, well, the game's not designed for this flies when the AI can be this dumb. On Superstar difficulty as well, right? They're supposed to be smarter. Would have been hilarious if someone was an enforcer and just throw their ass every chance they get. The AI don't know how to hip check. That's another element to it. The AI does not know how to hip check either, which is very disappointing. But, you know. Think about how many offensive and defensive mechanics are in the game that the AI simply do not know how to use. kind of wild once you get the full list. Successful kill for Ottawa. Meyer. Yeah, another decent, actual, proper dangle there. Cullen just walks again. You will see this a million times per game. A million times. Hensler, actually, in fairness, does defensive skill stick. He just doesn't reach. And the AI just walks right into him. Crazy. Like, he has space to the left, he has space to the right, kind of. And he just coasts into the middle. It's absurd. So this is the standard. The bar is on the floor for the AI to be smarter in NHL 27. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. We got a goddamn line change, please. I'm not allowed to hit the button. Good job by Cullen. Kessler, Meyer, another dangle. Look at that. Okay, you know what? Maybe proving me wrong a little bit. On occasion, they actually do break. I don't think I've actually ever seen the AI do that deke in this game. Cool. It's like it's listening to me. Well, that's good. I'm not upset about it. England is my city. Xavier Prince. Prince for Clarkson. Nice save. Damn. England had the screen, too. I think putting the bar on the floor is generous. Keep forgetting I'm not allowed to do the line changes myself. Fuck. All right. Aegon, Reese, and Prince. Three, Reese has been here for a couple seasons now. Grudenin to Villeneuve to Eklund. Another easy save. We're almost 15 minutes into this. Holy shit. Maybe they can implement AI learning when your mic acts like a coach yelling at them. God, I'd love to. They used to have a mechanic like that in one of the games, and you used to get reprimanded if you swore. What game was that? I think it might have been a Madden or like NFL head coach. Like, you could call the plays through your mic. 2K makes sense as well, yeah. You could call plays or whatever through your mic, and you would get reprimanded. Good times. Get a fucking technical from yelling. Here goes Kelly. Hands off to Yakinchuk. Oh my god. I think he actually dumbs down the AI to make the game easier for players. I mean, like you said, realistically, the AI should learn as it plays the game, or, you know, as you play the game. They did emphasize, hey, NHL 27, higher difficulties, smarter the AI is going to be, the more aggressive the AI is going to be. So it's like, well, shouldn't that have been the case to begin with? Right? So it's like, yeah, the harder the difficulty. Is the AI learning on 6 out of 6? Yes, typically it is. Although for this playthrough, I might have only set up the strategy adjustment. But yeah, typically with the sliders, actually, now that I think about it, I know I haven't set up the sliders the way I wanted. Bump that up. We bump down the game speed a little bit. No, it's on 6. Yeah. Strategy, difficulty adjustment, strategy adjustment, AI learning. All of it's maxed out so that they should be actively reacting and having to adjust on the fly. But who knows? Maybe a 6 out of 6 means they learn too quickly. I don't know. Maybe it just means they learn too quickly. Nice save. Nice save. Tight spot. I couldn't care less. But if you're looking forward to it, I hope you enjoy it. That guy can kick a bunch of rocks. Clarkson to Daly. Blocked. Instant full pressure. Immediately lose the puck on a forced shot. Yeah, who knows? Maybe 6 out of 6 for the learning just means they react too quickly to one another, and Like the defense has the advantage. I don't know. Tyler Bertuzzi. It could be his last ever game. Tried to make a play. Couldn't do it. Turnover. Tomastic for England. Save. Why Tomastic, a sniper, would pass that instead of stepping up and shoot, I do not know. But he did. Hey, reverse hit. Look at that. We are actually getting some of those very, very rare AI plays. Certain deeks, a reverse hit. Look at that. They're showing out, baby. They are showing out. They fucking never do that. Now they're trying to make me look like shit. Trying to make me look like a liar. SBI did not. 3:40 left, overtime, Game 7 semifinal. Winner plays Detroit or Pittsburgh. Tomastic in front for Lackey, doesn't go. And just a brain-dead pass up the boards. Delightful. Ruck centers, Makar's there. Matthias Wieck. Bumped off, turned over, Cullen. Lackey! Save. By Wallstead. Jesus Christ. I mean, we're here until the bitter end at this point. SB, I didn't see that, but that's kind of funny. I don't think I'll play it, but it is pretty funny. Hot Sam Bacho to Kelly. Caulfield for Cullen. Edward. Eddie Cullen. Backhand doesn't go. Well, you know what? In fairness. In fairness.
Bad deal. Cars that break down. If you think you're gonna find a bargain at Big Bill, you can kiss my ass. It's our belief that you're such a stupid motherfucker. You'll fall for this bullshit. Guaranteed. If you find a better deal.
And we win it despite Baltimore. Save. That was one of our better chances.
Bring your wife. We'll fuck. That's right.
We'll break. Thank you.
Because it's Big Bill Hell. You're fucked 6 ways from Sunday. Take a hike to Big Bill Hell. Home of challenge pissing. How does it work? If you can piss 6 feet in the air straight up and not get wet, you get no down payment. Don't wait. Don't
Makar for Booyam. Ah.
Only at Big Bill Hell. The only dealer that tells you to fuck off. Hurry up, asshole. This event
Still getting chances.
Write us a check and a
Nice hit.
You're a dead motherfucker. Go to hell. Big Bill Hell's card. Baltimore's filthy.
Fire towards goal.
Sons of bitches in the state of Maryland.
Daniel. Meyer. That was blocked. Caulfield. Cole Caulfield. Oh, come on, man. What the fuck, man? Slows down. And just gets goalie poked. And then somehow Wallstead stops that. I think it would have been goalie interference anyway, but Jesus Christ. Well, if we're not scoring on that, we're not scoring at all. Oh, Nobles loses it. Again, I'm pretty sure that second chance would have been goalie interference and called off. 2BCOV, go on a 20-minute rage. I've seen it too many times. I just don't have the energy anymore. I don't have the energy anymore. Face off won by the Sens. 18 minutes into this first overtime. Some very tired legs for Ottawa. Tomastic for Lackey. Hare for Wieck. Lackey to Henderson. Henderson. Crazy pass. Hare just right back to him for no reason. Okay. And Kessler picks it off. Over for Bill Zonin. Poked away. Lackey for Wieck. Matthias back to Lackey. Dangle shot save. Dude, Wallstead's just not going to be beat here. He's just not going to be beat. This would be considered torture in some circles. Welcome to Guantanamo, everybody. Tomastic, Vic, and Lackey still out there. We win the draw. Clarkson for Daly towards net. Vic on the backhand. Wallstead says no. Go on, Tugamo. Yeah, it looks like somebody playing this game for the first time. In some ways, it sure does. It's like they don't skate towards the net unless they have possession of the puck first. Yep. I would agree with that. Scramble, Sanderson. For Lagerberg Hohen, who will dump it in. Daly around for Clarkman. Reese. Just fires one on. Hey, I like that. Anything to try to tire Wallstead out. Sanderson for Fayad. Lagerberg Hohen to Fayad. Save. Daly. Crucial rebound. Reese for Agon. Dumps it in. Sanderson avoids pressure. Kessler for Carter. Akimchuk. Nice save. Clarkson up the wall. Player missed it. Kelly held up. Jake Neighbors loses it to Clarkson. Prince for Reese. He dumps it in. Final 10 seconds of OT1. Turned over. Reese save by Wallstead. And we will go to double overtime in Game 7. Both sides with chances. The Sens hit 2 crossbars. We're in it to win it. We will indeed go down with this ship. First to 100 shots wins. Every time you say Reese, I get flashbacks to Malcolm in the middle. It's fair. Ever seen a double overtime in a playthrough? Yeah. Normally the AI scores before it gets double, though. Caulfield loses it to Yakimchuk. Holds him up. Cullen for Nobles. Dumps it in. Oh, Madden has its faults, but AI versus AI can be fun to watch. Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, every game from the AI versus AI perspective has its faults, but, you know. Has wheels, tries to gain the line, can't do it, turns right into him. Nice hit. Good defense, at least. McCarr for Nobles. Does no work to protect the puck at all. That's another thing, right? The L3-R3 puck protection. You don't really see the AI using that either. Hot Sam Bacho loses it to Daly. Bouillon for Tomastic. Walks right into the defender. Gets it back. Daly for Tomastic. Lackey for Daly. Lackey, 180 no scope. Kessler. Daly wins the battle. Prince tried to cut in. We haven't done much over the last minute. Nice intercept by Tomastic. Cross ice. Prince for Bouillon. One-timer, he red-timed it. Perotas. Nice hit. Bouillon for Daly, now to Prince. You'd think we'd go for a line change. Vic. Tried to pick a corner and missed. One-timer save. Rebound! Nice defensive play by Shabbat. Just broke out the stiff arm. That was close. Nice job from Matthias. Bad job from Matthias. Daly for Bouillon. Reese, nowhere to go. Fayaz. Saved. Aegon. Dumps it in. Holy. Hair to Bertuzzi. He dumps it in. How the hell is Tyler Bertuzzi still getting shifts? Holy shit. Tyler Bertuzzi, the old man, just wants to go home. Jack Hare. Pass to Bertuzzi. Oh, what? That could have been a storybook. Caulfield. Right into the defender. Caulfield. Right into the glove. Okay. Well. We now have the sex number amount of shots. Face off one. Hare to Henderson. Immediately turns it over the second we get full pressure. Every fucking time. Henderson to Bertuzzi. Bert dumps it in. Villeneuve to Fayad. Now Billy Zonin. Zonin. Nice hit. He is dialed in after 60 straight saves. GG. Yeah. Hare to Bertuzzi. Dumps it in. Good run for it, though. Caulfield. Caulfield. I'm not single-handedly blaming Cole, but I'm kind of blaming Cole. Nice save. That should have been game. That should have been game, honestly. Caulfield's had some chances, including a breakaway, and hasn't won it for us, so I am disappointed. Nice save, rebound, that was nuts. Cullen. Could have stuck to the outside, but he's brain dead. Meyer chips it in. In front, Daniel! Good save. Good save. Damn. Nice break up. Now it's Prince. Keep fighting. Kenny boy. McCarr doesn't get rid of it, despite having Elite send it. Nice block. Turnover. Save Chizik. Now 70 shots for Ottawa. Prince just... We go through these phases of these guys just not being able to do anything. Dano to Bouillon. Bouillon. Nope. We can't even get over the red line right now. Jesus Christ. Neighbors scores. All of that just to lose. All of that just to lose. I mean, the AI at times had done a good job of dumping the puck. Bouillon loses it on a chop down, I guess. But the amount of times we had the puck and didn't dump it. I love this move right here by Bouillon. The nothing. And then right here, Makar's like, I don't know what to do. The amount of times we had that puck and could have dumped it, by the way, to get a line change or something. Well, that wasn't worth it. That wasn't worth it. We lose and have been eliminated. But hey, it's the furthest that we've made it into the playoffs so far. Maybe next year will be our year. You know, guys like Cullen, Caulfield, Lackey, like they played well together, so maybe the core that we have can be a little bit more relied upon. Although someone like Tomastic is still terrible. Hare, Makar, Buyam. Quite a few defensive contributions. Chizik, I mean, started off the playoffs really, really poorly. Turned it around eventually. But that is it for us in the playoffs, and we will be taking over this team once the cup is awarded. And we will see what happens from there. The Detroit Red Wings have won the Staniel Cup again. Beating Ivar Stenberg in Dallas in 5 games in the final. Because of course. But yeah, Detroit, think that's back-to-back cups now? Augustine. Back-to-back cups for the Red Wings after back-to-back cups for the Flyers. Landon DuPont won the Art Ross. He also won the Hart and the Norris. Calder went to Graham and Tampa. Edvinson won the Conn Smythe. Barneson the Vezina. Selke to Oliver Suvanto. Bedard the Ted Lindsay. Hilbert the Rocket Richard. In the AHL, Artemi Panarin scored the most points. Dude named Marlowe was MVP. Dude named Konko was the top goal scorer. Vidi Vesinen was the top defenseman. Marcus Gidluf was the best goaltender. And someone named Lapalainen was the MVP of the Calder Cup winning team. So, I got one more season in me, maybe 2. But a couple of days worth of playing NHL in a row, and my brain is ready to melt out of my goddamn head. So, you know, we're approaching potentially the end unless I record a couple off stream. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We sure did enter. Double overtime, in fact. Beautiful double overtime. The Columbus Blue Jackets, courtesy of the New York Islanders, have won the lottery. Fair enough. And player retirements. Draisaitl is gone. Panarin, Nylander, Eichel, Gensel, Barzal, Kempe, Besser. Tage Thompson. Columbus won the lottery after winning the President's Trophy. Yep. They sure did. Yeah, Anthony Cirelli's gone. Tyler Bertuzzi's gone. Cirelli was a pretty good foot soldier for us, but we just couldn't do anything with it. We could not do anything with it. And a goal, Vasi, Shesterkin, Soros, Blackwood, Hill, amongst others, have gone. Is McDavid retired yet? He is not. Brock Besser becomes a coach. All right. Oh, let's see what we can do with this draft. I don't really know what my game plan is here. The Blue Jackets are willing to trade the first overall pick, so maybe that does inform my game plan. Because someone like Tomastic has just not been worth it. Like, he's good on paper, but he wasn't good in the playoffs. He wasn't good in the regular season. So, I mean, if we can use him to get a first overall pick, we should do it. So that'll be step number 1. Take on this dude whose contract is expiring. Columbus would be over the cap. Let me just retain on Tomastic. Who cares? It's about to expire anyway. Anything to have this take way more time than it needs to. So if we use Tomastic, who else can we use here? Anybody with a lower overall who has a half-decent potential? Not really. We have a goalie we can give up. Yes, we do. A medium elite named Lopez, who is very ungood. Lopez and Tomastic for the first overall pick? Not quite. We don't have much time to fool around here. What about, Hogan's not even worth anything. What if we use the Columbus third rounder? Just a bit low. And the Florida fourth rounder. Tomastic used to get the first overall pick. We'll take it. No idea who we're going to take here, but Tomastic had to go. It'll either be Mark Bork, Joel Shepard, or Tuomas Nurmi. We'll figure that out in a moment. Because now that we're on the board, we can control the clock and see what other trades we might want to make. Chyzik was pretty good for us. He's going to be an RFA. I mean, we could test him out next year. I mean, otherwise we get like Novotny, who's not even a prospect anymore. Can I get rid of Dennis Hildeby again? 4th and a 7th. How good is Hildeby, though? 81. I honestly, Chyzik and Hildeby, like, that's not bad. Can we get rid of Chuko for anything? 3rd rounder. There was somebody offering a 3rd rounder this year, and Ilian, Just take that future 3rd rounder from Buffalo. That's fine by me. Hogan is pretty bad. Lincoln, take it easy, man. Appreciate you hanging out. Anybody want to offer a 3rd rounder for this guy? Yep, we'll take that from Vancouver. Can we get anything for Gamson? No, we cannot. Can we get anything for LaBelle? No, we cannot. So yeah, we might as well just keep Hildeby as a backup. Booyam, Daly, Makar, Hare. Then we have Clarkson, Vokoun. Smith, only a 75 at 22. Now's probably a good time to move on from him. Looks like a 3rd and a 4th. 2/3 from LA. Or New Jersey. Or the Islanders, who were terrible this year. Ooh, 2nd round pick from St. Louis. Or from Tampa. That would be our own 2nd round pick back. Or a prospect named Ekblad. Let me see what that guy looks like here. 23 years old and a 73. Trash. What does he look like? I'm telling you what he looks like. I'll tell you what he is. He's trash. We will take the 2nd round pick from St. Louis. So anybody else? We want to move on from Spooner's a 76 at 22. I feel like for the most part, the rest of these guys, we can wait. Although, what are these fellas worth? Can I really not pair them together? I guess I can't. Okay. I mean, like, Ponikarovsky, Langdon, like, a lot of these guys could go. If I pair them together. Langdon and Ponikarovsky, nothing. All right, Mr. Langdon, what can we get for you? A 3rd and a 4th. Anybody want to offer up a 2nd? 2/3 from the Islanders. Atos Koivu. We'll take 2/3 from the Islanders, including 1 from Columbus. Anybody else who's worth getting rid of? I think we'll hold from there. Right wing side. Lackey, Caulfield. Prince has a modified no trade. Whatever. Can we get anything for this guy? No, we cannot. We have so many dudes from the last draft that are just trash. They're so bad. Cullen, Aegon, Enqvist. Nobody to worry about there. And then centers, Vic, Nobles, Reese, Barnaski, England. All right. I feel like for the most part, we're okay. So before we make our selection, is there anybody on a block elsewhere that we might want? Fiddler's making $8 million. Screw that. Holloway, Shagabe, Hulkaroos, and the Hulkayoos. Daniel Boo. Charlie Elick. Nothing so far. Vancouver's decided to stop their fire sale. Ekblad was terrible. Solberg, Halliday. Not much out there right now. Novotny's 26, so he's really not a prospect anymore. All right, well, I guess we did our damage trading up to first overall. Fair enough. What about LaBelle? He's not good. Fair enough. Medium elite Cullen?
I'm just trying to walk through
He
this.
does have an extension. Matt, thank you for the follow. Hello. We've had Wyatt Cullen on this team before. I don't know if we have room for this guy, but if we can trade for his rights, we might as well. So we'll remember Cullen from Florida. I don't even know if I can technically afford him, but I might as well look. Hermanson's not a prospect anymore. Yeah, otherwise there is just nothing going on. Pinchuk? Vitaly Pinchuk, who is 32, 30 goal scorer. What would he cost? That's a lot. That's a lot. That's quite a bit. It's done. All right, let's go talk to Florida. Why not? Let's go talk to Florida. I don't know if we actually have any space for Cullen, but if he doesn't have clauses on his deal from here, he could be worth it. All right, he doesn't. Yeah, he's fine. So I would like Wyatt Cullen. In exchange for Wyatt Cullen, I am willing to offer you absolutely nothing. Again, the idea of you'd be over the cap. It's the fucking off season. I am allowed to be over the cap. How is that not programmed into this game yet? What are we doing? Can I trade you Ilian, who you probably won't want? Probably like, actually, we don't want this guy. So you can have these other 4 fuckers, whatever. Trade accepted. Oh, cool. Oh, Wyatt Cullen, welcome in. Happy to have you here. So first overall, it is either Mark Bork, a.k.a. Mac Bork. NHL ready with Send It as a sniper. Joel Shepard, who's a 2-way. And Tomas Nurmi, another sniper with quick release. Nurmi probably makes the most sense, which is why I want to take Shepard and just build this team up on the back of 2-way play because nobody can seem to score anyway, so we might as well be defensively stellar. I wish I knew how good Sergeyev was, but we got nothing. Shepard as a 2-way. Or Tomas Nurmi, who had 7 goals in 54 games playing for EFCO and Liga. I mean, there's a part of me... How the fuck are you being compared to Mikko Koivu as a sniper? Hello? That would be a much more apt comparison for Shepard, who's being compared to Joe Thornton, who was a power forward. Oh, every fiber of my being says Shepard's the right guy to take. But we do need that one elite goal scorer, and maybe it can be Tomas Nurmi. Nurmi's the guy. 80 overall sniper. Does have quick release. We just gotta hope. We just gotta hope. No one else in the first round wants to trade except for Philly, so we'll just go to pick number 22. Number 22. And Lord knows who the hell we're taking here. Because our scouts are still absolutely terrible, but it's going to be one of these guys. Definitely one of those fellas. God, there's so many people that we don't have info on. All right, it's one of those fellas. It is one of those fellas. Sniper or a two-way? I think this time we take the two-way. Come on down, Aiden Nickerson. 79. That's not bad at all. And San Jose wants to trade this pick, so let's go talk to San Jose because we know there's another very good player in this draft. How about a second and 2 fourths? Fine, I'll add a fifth. Thank you. Back-to-back selections. Let us go for Mr. Erat. Dick Erat. Good old Dick Erat. Do we have anybody with confirmed potentials? There is a medium elite defenseman later on. This goalie is pretty close to being a confirmed medium elite. What about lows? We got some 3 out of 4 low elites. There was also a gem there, but I hate the gems. It's a medium 6 and Matti Santala. And another 3 out of 4 medium 6. Nothing for 4s. 3 out of 4 high starter. Okay. So, at least pick number 105. And do we have the value to trade up with, like, Dallas here? We might. So if I was Dallas and I got offered a second-round pick and a bunch of garbage, would I say yes? No. But if I still offered you that bunch of garbage and like a third-round pick next year from Detroit who keep winning the cup, yeah, now you'd say yes. Okay. Let's see who we can get here. Tverdovsky, and then try to get Santala with the next pick. Michael Tverdovsky. 64 overall, low elite grinder. He might make it. You never know. And then Detroit, if I were to offer you Philadelphia's second-round pick next year, and you're not going to believe this, I also would like to offer you garbage. If possible. That's right. Low 6 potential, garbage. Thank you for the pick. Appreciate it. Give me Matti Santala. How good and or bad is Matti Santala? 65. Like your bang average, medium top 6, or, defender. Variants. So our next pick after this, number 59, Jacques Duchesne. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So wait a minute. 34, 35, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 50. Just go to Dallas here. Which I think this is the second round pick I traded. Dallas. How would you like Montreal's second rounder next year? And you're not going to believe this shit. How'd you like a nice medium 9? Hell yeah. What immense trade value. Let me see the picks after your first. Well, Bork was an 83. But I still feel confident in not taking him. Shepard was an 82. So I still feel confident with the guy that we took. And then Chip Chura we knew nothing about. Sergeyev we knew nothing about. So you could argue we didn't take the best guy, but I don't know. I feel okay about it. Just trade all of Mike's picks. That's basically what we're doing. That's actually exactly what we're doing. Is that a medium elite? Medium elite enforcer Hallweg. Well, I'm jealous. We will take the goaltender, Jacques Duchesne. 47 overall, medium elite. Jesus. I mean, in fairness, he is worth more than what I gave up, so. Pick number 100, 105. Let's see what we can do. When's our next pick? 163. Trade for this third round pick. That's number 67. So let's go right around here to another Chicago third rounder, which originally was ours. How would you like a nice medium 9? It's the worst overall I've ever seen, like a 42 or something like that. Well, that's it for the medium 9s. How'd you like a nice 7th rounder? Thank you. Thank you. Pick number 88. And we will be going after Mr. Phil Drummond, who was only a medium 9. 3 out of 4 confirmed. He ended up being a medium 9. I hate it here. First pick of the 4th round. Let us target trading Drummond. We just drafted for a 5th rounder. There you go. Thank you, Pittsburgh. I honestly gave up too much in that deal, but I don't really care. Because, damn it, we're going to win the Cup next season. So, 4th round, it'll be the medium elite defenseman Andre Pilar, who is going to be trade bait. Yeah, he's a 48. Welcome in, Mr. Pilar. Then we have pick 177. So we'll go first pick of the 5th round. We'll trade you a 6th and a 7th. Ah, fancy, huh? Now trade Pilar for the medium elite enforcer. Honestly, you'll miss the playoffs. Then Mike will lead the team to the Cup in the final year of the save. Honestly, that's probably pretty accurate. We'll go for Nolan Wingles. 55 overall, high starter, but at a pretty advanced age. Our next pick is pick 187 in honor of Homicide. Let's see. We will go for Timo Kapanen. He's a low elite playmaker. And then San Jose, we need one more trade. Yeah, fucks. We'll give you a 6th rounder from Florida next year. Thank you very much. And we will take our final dude, Darius Worrell. Ah, yes, all the Norwegians named Darius. There's literally dozens of them. Dozens. But yeah, overall, I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. Could I rebuild the Devils? I sure could. Will I? I don't know. I don't really think they need to be rebuilt. They just need to stay healthy. Particularly Jack Hughes needs to stop thinking he's good at anything else other than playing hockey, because apparently he's not. Goaltenders. Chyzik was good for us. We'll hit him with that qualifying offer. LaBelle we can drop. We need a goalie. I still got Jake Allen. Don't be disrespecting Jake Allen. It's unbelievable. We can sign Wingles for the AHL. The day we get a high franchise enforcer. It's the day I start my OnlyFans. Henderson will keep you around. Bullius, we need to go. That's my prediction for this season. What, for the Devils or in general? Devils are going to be a playoff team again, is my guess. Just for the hell of it. Let's see. But the league is now very close, right? Like, that's what the NHL wants. That's what Gary wants, is there's a lot of parity where there's not that much separation between the good teams and the bad teams. So, we'll see. Mr. Nickerson can also go to the AHL. Raiders! What's up, Raiders? How are you? I'm pretty sure we can sign Erot, too. Yeah. Belfour, you didn't make it. Wall, you kind of suck. Centers. England, I want to keep. Did I see Ryan Miller randomly played in an Avs alumni game? I actually did, and it was very disturbing to see Ryan Miller in an Avs uniform. I mean, granted, he played for freaking St. Louis and Vancouver, Anaheim, but yeah, seeing him in any uniform that's not a Sabres uni will never look right, you know? Let's see. Santala, not looking good. There we go. Did you see his tweet about it? I did. Yeah, that's how I learned about it. Tipardovsky. Well, the good thing is most of the guys we just signed are European or American, so they can go straight to the AHL. Because we needed bodies. So if we look at all expiring, it's just Wyatt Cullen. We have $12 million to spend. I just don't know if we want to bring Wyatt back. But if we look at the forwards, he would fit the team by overall. I don't think we'll be going after any crazy free agents, so. Instead of the no-trade clause, what if we give you a modified no-trade clause and a little bit more money? 7 mil, 2 years, modified no-trade clause. His interest does go up if we add more protection, so let's go 75%. And let's see if Wyatt takes that deal. And he does. Okay. So a lot of what we're going to be able to do here is dependent on player development, because we do have a lot of money tied up with Makar, Booyum, Caulfield. But I'm hoping that, you know, like the AI last year, right? It was a matter of, I think they might have had a team that was good enough, but Mike wasn't smart enough to put people into the right place. Hello, low franchise goalie. Junior boys. Can we... What's the most we can offer boys that are having to give up a pick? Over 2 mil. So we'll go 2 mil. Nope. 1975. We'll see if we somehow get that guy. Defensively, Henderson's ours. Nobody that I want. And then guys like Skvortsov is an RFA. Louis Vara? He is 25. He's probably not going to be that good. But we do need bodies for the AHL. And let's be honest, the Oilers love losing people to offer sheets. So 1975. Shilkin won't be cheap enough. Enqvist is already ours. England was ours. Belchet's too expensive. Nolan Fitzhenry. Maybe we see if we can steal away Mr. Fitzhenry. Pretty unlikely, but we'll try. So who do we have for UFAs? We don't have a ton of money left. Goalie prospects is a medium starter named Kessel. Might as well go after him. Top goalies, Carter George wants almost 15 mil. Stage in. There is Gardner at an 86, but Chyzik wasn't much worse, so I think we'll just stick with who we have. God, Jeremy Swayman's 35 in this timeline. Defensively, Nemitz, Drysdale, and then drops down to like Hannafin, Carter Amico. There was a low elite named McKee at 25. Maybe we try to sign Elliot McKee. Cool. Medium fours. Tollefson wants way too much money. What about the forwards? Prospects. Venäinen. Topi Venäinen. Allen? 75 at 19. 6th round pick of the Hawks. He's a grinder. Say hello to a new 4th liner. God damn. And then these two guys, probably a bit too much. This guy killed us in the playoffs. I think we're okay from there. And then the big names, Will Smith, Brady Martin. Was it Tynan Lawrence? There's Tynan and then Tyden. Tynan Lawrence, Tyden Lafournet. It's too much to remember. Also, we could get noted winner, Dylan Larkin. But we won't. I think we're good. Well, good is subjective, but... No surprise, Junior Boys sticks around with Edmonton. Fitzhenry stays with Carolina. Fair enough. Colin Graff for 2 mil seems like a steal. IRL, I would agree. Parody is awesome. Is it, though? I mean, on one hand, like, yeah, it's nice that, you know, you know there's a good chance that, you know, your team's not going to be complete garbage every year. But at the same time, there is a benefit to watching your team be complete garbage. You know? SB, I don't know. I should have looked. The problem is we don't have that much money left, so I'm kind of waiting for our goalie to sign. That's why I didn't want to go after him. Not that I explained that, not that you'd have any way to know that that was my thought process at the time, but you get the point. You get the point. Beezy! 10 months for Beezy on the primer. Beezy. Thank you very, very much. Welcome back. How was your face? Alright, so we're going to need Chizik to accept that deal. What do we have for extra training here? He'll be Gamson for the moment, that's fine. Defensively, man, Daly has skyrocketed. We got a lot of dudes who are NHL caliber here. Damn. A lot of guys who are NHL caliber on defense. I actually don't know how I want to do this for that extra off-season training. Elliot McKee ended up switching to a low 4. Maybe we just go with anybody that's at least listed as a depth forward. Then we got room for those 2 defenders. Let me just see who's good enough to make the team. I still think this team could be decent. Raiders, that's awesome. Slap the hell out of Baffle, huh? Alright, sim of the season, conversation. Prusek is still our head coach. What does he think? This team's good enough to make the playoffs. I agree. Preseason training as per usual. To hell with discipline. Bump up the strength and everything. And Chizik has accepted. So goalies. Gamson down to the AHL, at least for the moment. I think we're going to be okay. You can only pick one addition to franchise mode. What would it be? One addition to franchise mode. Fuck. So the first 3 things that come to mind is more interesting scouting, more interesting player development, and actually having this franchise replicate FC franchise or career mode, where every league in the game is actually in the fucking franchise mode. It would be one of those 3, and my answer probably changes on any given day. But, I mean, those are 3 massive things missing. It's franchise mode, except the only thing that basically exists is the NHL and the AHL. Scouting is boring as fuck. And player development's basically non-existent. You put someone on a line and hope for the best. Like, as opposed to real life where, you know, you actually have a bit of a handle in trying to how to develop players, but that doesn't exist. All right. Goalies look good. Defense. Foss and Vokun will go down. We'll see who makes the team. Let's see. I don't know if Nurmi is going to make the team or not. So let's see what we have here. It's definitely going to have some defenders at forward to start. Yeah, there's just one of them. I'd at least want the ECHL, plus more dynamic potentials. Yeah, like the fact, again, the ECHL, they've had the ECHL license for over a decade now. And they've never done anything with it. Aside from jerseys and logos are in the game, and technically the teams, but, you know. The only thing Madden is actually good at is player development. Dude, Madden or college football. Like, and I get for some people, they're like, oh, it's too unrealistic to be able to prove or improve directly what a player is good at. I at least want the option, right? Because you can just keep it on automatic, and then it's fine, and it works the way you want it to work. The way I want it to work does not exist, you know? Unless it is college football where you can, you know, manually do the upgrades. So, All right, Noble's third liner, or fourth liner even. Probably with Nickerson in England. Except for the blue goalpost, if that's still a thing. So yeah, Aiden Nickerson's going to make this team immediately. That's not bad. So we need, ideally, a really, really good third liner. So looking from here, Caulfield and Prince on the right. We know Vic can take face-offs. Cullen can take face-offs. Joey Cullen, Brian Lackey. Lackey's a first liner. So is Joey Cullen and Cole Caulfield. So I'd like to play the Cullens together, but I'm not going to be able to. But that top six, Cullen, Veek, and Prince, it's all playmakers. Two-way playmaker, sniper, playmaker, two-way playmaker. Fuck. Maybe we can keep Veek happy as a third liner, like we kind of did for years with Sorelli. And we know Prince can take face-offs. We need a sniper. We need someone on that second line who can score goals. You have a defenseman at forward temporarily. So I think the bottom six looks good. Now it's just, do we keep two playmakers, right? Because we have playmaker, sniper, two-way. So like a two-way or a power forward's fine. Do we maybe drop Prince and try to find a sniper and a two-way / power forward? And a defensively, Booyam and McCarr. I don't think there's going to be space for Henderson. But we'd go Hare and Daly, Clarkson and McKee. Daly's still somehow a top four defenseman despite being a 90. And the defense looks pretty good. What about that Finnish sniper you just drafted? That's the other choice, right? Is do we call him up instead? And try to see if maybe the youthful options that we have work better. Yeah, I mean, that could be Nurmi's spot on the second line. Engqvist is a playmaker. Erot's another sniper. Allen's a grinder. So yeah, you know, I do think Nurmi will make it. We'll give him a chance. We'll give him a chance. And maybe we will just stick with playmaker, playmaker, sniper. And see if that works. Hulk, comes out, I think, at noon today. So, Cullen, Lackey, Caulfield, Cullen, Nurmi, and Prince. And we'll go Prince in the middle as a playmaker. Then Aegon, Veek, and Reese. And then Nickerson, Nobles, and England. I do think that's looking pretty good if Tuomas Nurmi can score goals. And we don't know if he can. But if he can, that's looking okay. And then still have Hare with Daly and then Clarkson with McKee. And goaltenders, Chizik. Mills, he got early access from 2K. They don't acknowledge that I exist, even though I hold down that, you know, directory in terms of my NBA every year. They don't acknowledge I exist, so that is okay. We will play it tomorrow. One of these days, maybe. One of these days. We'll keep fighting. We'll keep fighting. All right, how's the AHL looking? Gamson and Kessel. I think we wanted Wingles in as a high start, yeah. So our AHL goalies are going to suck by overall, at least. And then defensively, is there anybody that we don't really care about? Everyone's a medium 4. It's pretty good. What about here? Medium 9, Couturier. I can't imagine you are actually ours. So we'll get low elite Timo Kapanen in there. Anybody else that we don't really care about? Medium bottom 6, Sergei Korobov. And we don't care about Couturier. Any defenders that we care about? Pilar. Okay. So if we just organize this, honestly, let's just go by rating at this stage. I mean, I feel like we haven't had much in the way of player development from putting people on the higher lines specifically, so best players on the best lines. See what happens. So Veenanen, Kapanen, Pilar. All three of these guys are righties. Tverdovsky as the center. Allen, Purcell, and Vernaski. We have a lot of right-handed players. Damn. And then Ankvist, Beffieu, and Erat. One problem is that not every NHL team has an ECHL team. Easy workarounds. Let people customize the team like they do AHL expansion teams when you add them into the game. Right? All right, Mr. Nurmi. Mr. First overall. You weren't the highest rated player we could have chosen, but I'm hopeful for you, pal. I'm hopeful. Let's go. We have control of the team this year. I have a hunch we're going to need to potentially make some changes. I need to turn this air conditioner off because a skunk is definitely outside and I don't want to suffocate myself. That is brutal. Whew. Who pissed off the skunk? Fuck. Yeah, 4, 2, and 1. It is way, way too early to know what's going to happen here. All right. 6, 2, and 1. Yeah, I'm still not entirely sure, actually, what we'll start off on NBA on. I mean, it probably will do streamer versus chat again. I mean, I have fun with it. Might have to try to put a different spin on it, just because, you know, we've done it a lot, but it's the only game where we can actually do that, you know? So, makes sense to have fun with it. All right. Let's see. 11, 6, and 1. Still way, way, way too early to get our hopes up. 15, 6, 2. I mean, top of the division right now, but early days. Early days. I heard very mixed reviews on MLB The Show's dev system. It doesn't really have a dev system, though. Like, you just set what you want their training to work on. It's not engaging at all or anything. Streamer versus chat with random draft years. I feel like we did that already, too. Honestly, we did do that, I'm pretty sure. We ended up with the 70s a lot, so. We'll see. We'll look through the settings, see if we can find a fun dynamic to be able to mix it up. I'm pretty sure we've done it with expansion. Lamp, you can't control more than one team, so no. Again, the reason why it works so well, too, with NBA is that, you know, there's, 15 players on a roster, so. We're 24, 11, and 2 as of January 1st here. We're going to go to the deadline, keeping the team as it is. And we'll see from there. And we will see from there. But so far, so good. Who knew that trading for Cole Caulfield would help this team so much? Who knew? Who knew? All right. Let's see. Can't wait for us to make the playoffs, but lose in the first round. That seems very, 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 very likely. Very likely indeed. I did, Hulk. I did, which is kind of surprising. I wasn't sure what like their presence was going to be or is over in that country, but yeah. Excited to see how good this rookie is. Snipers in the game are cracked. They can be, but man, we had some young snipers before, and they didn't do anything. So, I'm kind of scared to find out, but with how well this team is doing, he can't be that bad right now, can he? You can't be that bad. But 40 wins right before the deadline. I'd like to think we're looking pretty good. Lamp there is, but it's based off of every individual player. It's a 0 to 15 scale, which is really weird. So, Joey Cullen, 48 points. Okay. 42 for Brian Lackey, and 37 for Caulfield. That top line's not killing it. Second line, Wyatt Cullen, just 27 points. 31 for Prince. I can't explain our record right now. Honestly. I can't explain our record. Third line, Reese, 30 points. Macias Vik has been very good. Aegon, And 7 points for Nickerson. 12 for England. 21 for Nobles. Yeah, I can't explain this record right now. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, if we're being honest. We'll swap Nobles for Vik. Or for Aegon, excuse me. And then Vik. Yeah, I don't know. Insane defense. It must be. Must be. Booyam. Yeah, I mean, 43 points for Booyam. 40 points for Makar. 28 for Jack Hare. 24 for Drew Daly. 12 for Clarkson. And 15 for McKee. Goaltending, Chizik a 925 and a 917 for Hildeby. So yeah, defense and goaltending. Defense and goaltending is looking great. We're still not scoring like we need to, though. And then honestly, Lackey and Cullen are still lacking a little bit. I mean, you want them to be as close to a point per game as possible. So maybe find a new third line center. So Vik can be bumped up. Get a different sniper. Unless we want to stick with Nurmi. So yeah, a third line center. None of those guys are ready. Okay, let's go see who's out there. I don't think we need to change anything about defense and goaltending. Changing anything in general is scary, but it'll depend on what's available here. Ridley Gregg, not who I had in mind. Dobson, Kent Johnson, Matthew Tkachuk, Svechnikov, Owen Pickering. Not looking good. He's very Kirill Marchenko. Scoring just not helping anyone else. A real Brandon Peary. All right, what do we got? Alonco. Let's see. Oh my god, I'm hitting every wrong button I possibly can. I'm hitting every wrong button I possibly can. Back to the Sharks. We don't need Vayu. We don't need Muse. Elon Sundstrom. No. St. Louis. Dylan Holloway. Sordif. Yeah, sort of could be okay. $2 million. He could be all right. Tough to say, though. Do we have anybody else? Edouard Saleh. Okay, Perot. Ilya Morozov is a sniper, but that shooting category is tragic. He's never scored 20 goals at the NHL level. I'm good. I'm good. Braden Coots, though, for the third line could be very good. All right. Even if I don't end up making certain trades I think I might make, let's try to get Braden Coots from Vancouver here. I feel like that's just good, good value. I feel like we can safely trade our first round pick. Like, we're going to make the playoffs. But if we're also going to get another big-time player, I need them to retain on Coots. So, Braden Coots for a first rounder. Okay. So that is our safety net on the third line. The question is, can we find another Cole Caulfield type that's on the block? I don't know if we can, but it's definitely not going to be Igor Chinnikov. Fucking bring in Jake Chikrin, play him at forward. He doesn't want to come here, though. Damn. That sucks. Lindstein. Honestly, maybe that's the play, is get a freaking defender. Put Cale Makar at forward. Hildeby in a third for Alonco. I mean, Hildeby's been really good. Do we really need another? I don't want to do that trade, actually. I want to keep Hildeby. Normally, that'd be... Ooh! Still capable of 22 goals. He's in his Yager era. Is David Pasternak the man to bring in? We're going to bring in Pasta for a second-round pick. And maybe, just maybe, have him take over for the kid, who we can send down to the AHL and have him just tear it up there for the rest of the year. Second-round pick to Boston for 38-year-old David Pasternak. I mean, in theory, we've gotten the help at forward that we need. In theory. Oh, poor Arbor Jackeye. He's 34 and cooked. Are there any interesting prospects? There's Brandon Hagel. Greg Johnson. Marchenko. LaBelle was someone we got rid of before. Florida, nobody. Green Tree, Tippett. I mean, I feel like with Pasternak, that was the best option we had. Except for maybe getting Noah Dobson to replace Cale Makar and putting Cale Makar at forward. But Dobson doesn't want to come here either. I feel like we've done the best we can. 2/3 for this prospect. Olesen from New Jersey. Also, Jesper Bratt, but he doesn't want to come here. Kotkaniemi. Knubel. Maki. Ooh, a couple of guys. Of course, the Sens are trying to trade in Alfredson. Disrespectful. Granlund from Pittsburgh. No. Okay. I think we're good. To be honest, there might be certain people I just hold on to, right? Like, we could try to trade Prince, but there's just no... There's no value for the guy. Well, I mean, there's value for the guy, but there's no takers. I think I'd just rather have him as an option in case we need him. So, he'll be a self-rental. I mean, we're definitely going for it here. No denying that. Yeah, we got to see what this team's going to look like from here. All right, deadline in the books. What do we got? What do we got? I probably could have traded Henderson, but honestly, again, like a depth option isn't the worst thing in the world. All right, so as we talked about, Nurmi will send down to the AHL, let him tear it up. I mean, 14 goals wasn't bad, but we need more. Honestly, I'm going to trust Cullen because of wheels and tape to tape. So, sub out Prince for David Pasternak. Bump up Matthias Vick and then put Braden Coots at center. And we will hope that David Pasternak still has some magic here. I am worried about Brian Lackey being our number one center, but there's not much I can do about it. Also, all of them are top liners, so we just got to keep them happy. Okay, and then forwards. We did have a low 6 in Purcell. Take him out for Nurmi. There we go. So yeah, I mean, Nurmi should dominate the AHL, but Banking on 38-year-old David Pastrnak. We're 16th in the league in goals, which is not nearly enough given the talent on this team. Well, let's do it. Let's see what we got. Wow, this one's still going somehow. Somehow. I don't know how many more seasons we're doing of this. We'll see. But we will see. We will see. 44 wins. Hit or miss since the deadline. Hit or miss since the deadline. All right. Let's see. Prusek talking to us, which means we just made the playoffs. So we're back. Not the first time we've made the playoffs when it's been a streamer season. Sens are probably going to win the division again, though, which is a bit of a bummer. But that is okay.
I'm just trying to walk through this fucking grass.
Mikey's baked. What's up, Mikey? No way. It's no way you're living up to that 24/7, though. Maybe you are. I don't know. All right. Yeah, it's going to be Detroit in the first round from the looks of it. That's good. Nothing like playing a team that's won back-to-back cups to try to, make it back to the second round. That's great. Awesome. Let's see how we did. So it will be Ottawa taking on Philly, New Jersey, and Detroit. We're actually going to play the Bruins instead of the Red Wings, and the Jackets and Capitals. On the other side, it is Chicago, St. Louis, Dallas, Winnipeg, Utah, San Jose, Anaheim, and Calgary. David Pastrnak ended the season as our leading scorer. We'll actually look at our team first. So 77 points, 30 goals for Pasta. 19 points in 20 games, 8 goals once he transferred over from the Bruins. 62 points for Cullen, 58 for Veek, 50 for Caulfield with 32 goals. I don't know why the scoring is so low. That's crazy. Wyatt Cullen just 36 points. Prince had the 31. Man, scoring has been so low. And then Braden Coots, 7 points in 20 games since he got here. Defensively, 56 points for Makar and Booyam each. Kale is now 36. 33 points for Hare, 28 for Daly. And the goaltending from Chyzik was great. Hildeby, who knows? Maybe we have a good enough goalie to really go on a run here. 98 points was enough to lead the league in scoring. I don't know what's up with this. We're just on default settings. 98 points, Carter Mayer. Then you had Fantilli, Eklund, Bedard, and Daniel. Schultz, and then a 38-year-old Connor McDavid, who is, 22 points shy of 2,000. Top goal scorer, Bedard, Daniel, Schultz, Meyer, and McDavid tied with Wyatt Johnston, who would have been great to have in this whole playthrough. Defensive leader, Landon DuPont, then Schaefer, Hughes, Yakimchuk, and Dahlin. Goalie is the winningest, Chyzik, Nate, Barneson, Augustine, Wallstead, Hrabal. 8 shutouts for Ivanov, damn. Gabriel Dag, top amongst starters was Chyzik. Rookie of the year, it's probably going to be Joey Stewart, maybe Stevens. I highly doubt it's Joel Shepard, but you never know. You never know. But at least we have some depth options if we need them. If we have to call upon them. As we get ready to play the Boston Bruins. God, we were 20th in goals, but 2nd in goals again. So we had a great power play. We cannot score 5-on-5. Damn. So you know what? Let's go for something different here. We'll put the Cullens together. And we'll put Lackey, Veek, and Caulfield. And we'll just try something. That's all we can do. Did Booyam lose an elite? He might have. Yeah, I mean, we could put Prince in if one of the Cullens continue to struggle. I guess we'll see. Do you think Wayne Gretzky gets upset about Dustin Johnson going to town on his daughter after his Masters debut? Well, no, I'm sure he's quite proud, actually. I'm sure he's quite proud, you know? Because, like, when you're a rich old white fuck, like, what else do you want for your daughter other than to marry, you know, a different rich white fuck? So, you know, I'm sure he's quite happy. Just a presumption, though. I can't say for sure. Can't say for sure. What, oh what, do the Boston Bruins look like? This could be our last hurrah here. This could be. If we lose to this team, I'm going to be pretty upset. Connor McMichael, Matt Poitras, and Will Smith. There's no way the Bruins would actually play Matt Poitras. Mitch Marner, Morgan Geekie, and Andrei Svechnikov. This team is so old. Vilmer Ulrichsen, Morgan Delmore, and Todd Rankin. Damian Zhilkin, Esteban Austin, two old friends of ours, and Sammy Thoresen. Defense, Mason Lohrei, Charlie... If we lose to this team, I'm done. Ilya Zaitsev and Alex Vlasic, Wyatt Kaiser, and Adam Engstrom. Goaltender, Gabriel Daig. If we lose to this team, I'm done. If we lose to this team, I'm uninstalling NHL 26. There is no reason for us to lose to this team at all. 1-1 at the end of the first period of game 1. Second period, 3-1 Boston. Will Smith and Mitch Marner. Third period, we lose 4-2. Pasternak scored. But that was it. Bruins take game 1. I will punch a walrus if we lose this game. This would be ridiculous. Downright unacceptable. Even if they did win 8 of their final 10 games to get here, like, that would just be absurd. Game 2, first period, 1-0 Boston. Second period, 3-0 Boston. Third period, 4-2 final. Bruins are up 2-0. Love it here. I love it here. Caulfield hasn't scored in this series. Pasternak has a goal. Let's make that switch. And should have kept the lines the same. I mean, we had 3 wins in our last 10 games prior to making the playoffs. It's not like we were firing on all cylinders. Plus, you know, now our goalie can't make a save. 4 goals against in each of the first 2 games. Game number 3. First period, 1-0. Cullen scores, one of the Cullens. Second period, 2-1. Cole Caulfield scores. Third period, look at that, big brain streamer. We win 3-1 as the road team wins all the time. All the time. Daig was still great in that game, too. All right. No changes for game 4, then. At least we actually had some defense that game. That's good. Game number 4. First period, 1-0 Boston. Second period, 1-1 Cole Caulfield. Third period, look at that. The road team winning trend. Yay! How many fucking times have we seen a 2-2 split at the end of the first 4 games? Game 5. First period, 2-1. Nobles and McKee. Second period, 2-2. Third period, oh my god, we actually won at home. Pasternak and Cullen. 1 win away from not immediately deleting this game off of my hard drive. 2 losses away from immediately deleting this game off of my hard drive. Game 6, let's run it. Let's run it. First period, 1-0 McKee. Second period, 5-1 Nordiques. The console is safe for now. Bruins tried to come back, but fell short. Nords win in 6. Let's go. Every Tuesday home game, the Jays have Looney Dog Night tonight. They passed 1 million hot dogs sold on the season. Before September. That's impressive. That is impressive. And also a bit concerning. Looking forward to seeing a box of walrus. I mean, it certainly would have been interesting. Certainly would have been. Oh, man. Hulk, that's one of those stats on one hand where I'm like, damn, that's crazy. And then on the other hand, as someone who is like, you know, as we've had that conversation about like, hey, if you stop, if you go vegetarian or even further, like, cool, but at the same time, you're only doing it for like personal, peace of mind and clarity. Because, yeah, with all the people who are vegetarian or vegan in the world, that hasn't been enough to stop people from eating 1 million fucking hot dogs on combined Tuesdays in Toronto alone. You know? That's one of those stats where it's like, yes, again, that type of decision comes down to personal peace of mind. Because that fucking train isn't stopping anytime soon. 9-15 for Chyzik, not bad. I mean, I did have some confidence in this team. Maybe I should have a little bit more again, but we got to play Ottawa in the second round. Of course, they eliminated us last year in 7. Double overtime. And I still this has been one of the strangest save files I can remember, right? Like, we're still struggling to score goals. Like, the team build, I mean, if you want to say, well, you got 3 offensive defensemen in your top 4, like, yeah, I don't disagree with that blend, but I don't know. Ottawa, what do you look like a season removed? What do you look like? Eklund, Meyer, Deno, Timo Meyer, Riker Kessler, Alexei Protas, Ahmad Fayyad, Petr Tomek, and Liam Ruck, Brendan Reardon, Jack Nesbitt, and Edouard Saleh. The defense, Jake Sanderson, Carter Yakimchuk, Logan Hensler, and Jussi Vatanen, Xavier Villeneuve, and Timofey Runzel. Goaltender, Jesper Wallstead with Eric 2. Scratches of Vladimir Grudenin, Aiden Kelly, and E.J. Emery. Quite a few former players of ours on this team. Let's see what happens. Game 1. We need Pasta to continue to carry here. 2-0 Sens at the end of the first. Still at the end of the second. And Ottawa wins 2-0 in game number 1. No matter what combination of snipers and potential goal scorers I get on this team, we just cannot consistently score goals. And we do have almost 3 goals for 4 per game, but it's not enough. Game number 2. First period goalless. Second period we finally score a goal, but we're down 2-1, and the Sens have a 2-0 series lead. I love it here. 1 goal for in 2 games. Fuck. Lackey's got 7 points. Wyatt Cullen has 3. Oh, boy. Honestly, I guess we'll just go with a third skill line and hope that that's enough. That's really all I can think to do, right? If we're not going to be scoring, if we go for a third skill line, It's like Aegon, England, and Nickerson down. Call Nurmi up. And then one more dude. Which could be Erat or Enqvist. We'll go for Erat. And we'll send down Henderson. So, just best lines in the AHL because we don't have to care. So, Nickerson is out for Erat. England is my city. Is out for Nurmi. And Aegon is out for Prince. And we will see if that's enough. We'll also swap Caulfield and Pasternak again. That works. Defense, Bouillon and Makar. Not exactly crushing it. So let us go. Yeah, we'll just keep it as it is. Whatever. Let's see. 3 lines of people who can potentially score. Will that be enough to get us back in the series, or will we be that much worse defensively? First period, 1-1, Cole Caulfield. Second period, 2-1 Sens. Third period, we scored, but we're dead. Ottawa wins 3-2. We're dead. Like I said, this is one of the strangest playthroughs I think I've ever seen. We keep getting these young talents that should do well, and they can't. We get the veteran presence surrounding them. That doesn't work. So, out of everybody that we have on the roster, I'm just going to go best lines and see where it plays people, and we'll just leave it. Fourth line, David Pasternak. Sure. Cale Makar. Down to the second defense pairing. Sure. Nothing else is working. Nothing else is working. Game number 4. We must reverse sweep Ottawa. First period, 2-1 Nordiques. The Cullens with the goals. Second period, 4-2 Nordiques. Nobles and Caulfield. Third period, we blow it. I'm not watching the overtime. We had a 4-2 lead entering the third period. Will we lose in regulation? Beasy, it did not. They still have a lot to fix. Unfortunately. Double overtime. Again. Ottawa wins again and sweeps us out of the playoffs. If this is it for NHL 26, how am I going to remember this game? How am I going to remember this game? I think the answer is not well. I think that's the answer, is I'm not going to remember it particularly well. This has been the pain. Pain's a good word for it, too. I had 38-year-old David Pasternak led this team in scoring. I don't know. Maybe we were a flawed team. Maybe we weren't. I don't know. I'll see if I can muster up the strength to do a few more seasons, but man, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can. Taker isn't even here for it. He was here earlier, at least. But yeah, with NBA on the horizon, with, you know, games I'm properly looking forward to on the horizon, probably not including NHL 27. It's so interesting to be like, oh, college football. And Matt, by the way, college football, I did set up the run-only playlist, so, you know, if NBA is a bit of a bust, if NHL is a bit of a bust, we might just go back to college football. Madden franchise is still broken. We'll see what's up with NBA, and if that's still particularly broken, which it probably will be. I mean, At least we have Pro Baseball Spirits, TEW, to fall back on. I don't think I'll play it on stream when it comes out, but dude, that news about Stage Tour coming out, oh my god. Like, it comes out December 10th. That is the mutual present for the wife and I for Christmas, is just playing Stage Tour. I'm so fucking pumped. I'm trying to justify spending $100 extra to get the drum set. Yeah, you're right, actually. The next NASCAR game comes out very soon, too. September 18th. September 18th for that. So, I mean, there's a lot. But yeah, Stage Tour, like, I'd be devastated if that game's not good, but it looks exactly like you'd want to see it look, you know? But yeah, trying to justify not spending for the fucking drums. But I might. I never did play drums a ton in the old days. I want to actually learn. But yeah, in terms of, like, fucking games that are coming out, man, it's nuts, right? You know, FC. I don't know if I'll play GTA, but FC, NBA, obviously, NHL will be out. NASCAR 27, you know, or 26, I guess. Don't know if I'd play something like Halloween the Game on stream. I know there's people who would want me to, though. There's a fucking Walking Dead game coming out. That's going to be trash. They always are. They always are. What else was coming out? There was something else. I don't remember. My thought process, Stage Tour sucks, and I go back to Clone Hero with the instruments. That's fair. Yeah, apparently the instruments are backwards compatible, right? At least that's a rumor I heard. I know this puck off. So yeah, I mean, there's a ton throughout the rest of the year. Oh, that's right. It was Fable for next year. So I don't know. I don't know. Return to friendo lobbies. It could be. Plenty of options. Can we do the AI off season at least? My brain is melting out of my ears. I hit like 3 to 4 hours of playing NHL, and I physically need to stop playing. I don't know what it is, but I like physically have to stop playing after 3 to 4 hours of NHL. So, Frank, never heard of it. Sounds like it sucks. Sounds like it sucks. Ah, shit. But all right, you know what? Matter of fact, then, because I am trying to get some other stuff done, I think what we will do is potentially have another early ending, and then that way we can go see what is up with some other deals and hopefully get some longer NBA deals in there for tomorrow. I think that will be the plan. So, if for some reason you need to hear me talk about NHL more, there's a million franchise videos right now. There was also the video that I put out today talking about NHL 27. Hulk, what? No, it's in fucking British pounds. What do you think my storefront displays for currency? Hello? Are you okay? Ah, yes, noted American, but I make sure that my fucking store for full of cats displays in fucking Spanish dinar. Like, hello? Frank, it was a typo from Tymo, and I don't care enough to finish or fix it. I don't care. Because I know it'll bother people like you, which is perfectly fine. So, you know. Anyway, until tomorrow, everybody. Like I said, we'll have another early end here, and we will be back then. Until then, take care of yourselves. Brush your damn teeth. It's important. And if you're Frank, go dunk your head in the damn toilet where it fucking flushes in reverse order, you goddamn nerd. Good night, everybody.